Boar's Head is bringing a slice of Japan to the deli. Introducing Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. Tender, slow-roasted chicken breast, coated in our signature teriyaki glaze, where ginger, garlic, and a hint of brown sugar meet for a flavor that's both sweet and savory. New Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. The bold flavor of Japan. Now at the deli. Only from Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.
Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call Ghost.
What's going on here? This is a special edition of the True Capitalist Radio program. I want to thank everybody who's tuning in live with me. This is episode number 27 for all the folks that are keeping track with the program. The markets are closed today because of President's Day, and if everybody who's out there listening to me is off, well, you probably are pretty lucky. Because even though the markets were off for yours truly, I had to come into the office and make sure that all my brick-mortar businesses were conducting themselves properly and making sure there was going to be profit for the end of the month. So you know how all that goes, folks. I want to thank everybody. Before we move on, please retweet the program right now. If you're listening in live, please go onto your Twitters and your Facebooks and all your social networking sites and tell everybody that the True Capitalist Radio Show is now live and is on the air. And, of course, the website, the official website of the True Capitalist Radio program is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. So add that to your bookmarks, your favorites, and all that good stuff. Anyway, like we said, folks, we're not going to go over the markets. It's pretty much no market activity in the U.S. markets because of President's Day, which commemorates a lot of our presidents of old here in the United States of America. But we're going to talk about a lot of different things. I'm going to make it a little bit free format. I'm not going to stick on too many subject matters on too big a time. I'd like for everybody to chime in about themselves. If they have something to chime in about, give me a call, 646-652-4869. I'm going to give a little bit of the insight for the short business week. And for you folks that were listening, when I was suggesting for the past couple of weeks that an increase in oil was inevitable, because once this chaos in Egypt erupted, I said it, and it's so good to be right all the time, but what did I say? The Egyptian riots were going to spread throughout the region, and it is spreading around like wildfire. I mean, I'm celebrating this President's Day seeing regimes, that have been in power for decades upon decades at the risk of being toppled because it's about time to pay the piper. I'm talking about the regimes in Iran. This fervor of revolution and liberty has spread so far east that China, that's right, China is now involved with trying to conduct its own uprising amidst its totalitarian crackdown. It's unbelievable. It's a great time to live in world history, for Christ's sake, and I hope that the individuals that are out there in those countries, I know that they're cracking down on all the internet communication. I know they're cracking down on anyone communicating with the people inside those countries, but please, if you're listening and you're out there fighting, you're out there resisting, keep on going. All right? Keep on going. But inevitably, I want to talk about that in a little bit. But what's going to happen tomorrow in tomorrow's trading? What do you think is going to happen? I mean, if you look at the Asian and European markets, which don't celebrate our President's Day, which still went open, everybody sold off of the equities market, and what do? They put it into commodities. Oil is spiked up the roof. And I'm talking about sweet crude, not just Brent crude. And this is in the Asian and European markets. So, these are indicators on what the hell's going to happen tomorrow if you happen to be somebody who's in the market and is concerned on how this debacle that's happening throughout the Middle East is going to affect your portfolio, because it is. All right, tomorrow expect a lot of sell-off in the equities markets because we've been riding these gains. Too much gains. What is it? The S&P 500 has been up, 40% since summer? You're not going to keep those gains going without some sell-offs, not just based on the idea of taking the profit at the top end, but just the apprehensive view of the Middle East and how it's going to affect everything. And this is why I'm saying we're going to see an oil spike, and it's going to continue because I don't see this Middle Eastern thing solving itself. I don't see it solving itself whatsoever. With the exception of Egypt, which is just a complete and utter mess. The people's riots and them making their damn desert hole pyramid land turn into some post-Katrina subterranean crap hole. They thought that they actually did something, but inevitably it just gave the authority to the military. The military now has the authority in Egypt. There's no kind of democracy or any kind of representative government there. It's ridiculous. But what revolution that's happening at this point in time that does have a foundation for liberty, has a foundation for capitalism, are the Iranian and the Chinese uprisings at this point in time. We have to keep our eyes on both of those. And at the same time, Libya. That's also a precarious situation for all you folks that haven't been keeping track. Go to the blog, the True Capitalist blog. I've been keeping up to date with all these revolutions as fast as I possibly can. If you're not up to date on what I'm talking about, go to the blog at ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. But Libya is the latest in a whole array of different revolutions that are happening within the Middle East, that it looks like the 42-year reign of Muammar Gaddafi is about to topple. It's about to go under. Remember Mr. Big Badass in the 80s? He was blowing up planes and hijackings and all this other crap until the United States assassinated his damn family or whatever the hell it was. And then he was like, okay, I'm sorry, I won't do it anymore. I'm sorry. When George W. Bush went in and invaded Iraq, for whatever reason, he invaded Iraq, what did Muammar Gaddafi do? He was like, okay, come on in here. IAEA, the United Nations, come in here to take a look at my country. I have no weapons of mass destruction. 42-year rule of Libya is about to come to an end. And, if you didn't read the blog, folks, Libya's leader, Muammar Gaddafi, is about to be toppled. There's uprisings in the street. Muammar went as far as ordering his military to shoot upon the people. They're mowing people down in the street it seems like a typical thing for governments to do nowadays. Just to bring out the military and just start shooting people out in the middle of the street, for Christ's sake. And, meanwhile, what are we doing? We're just sitting out here pissing and moaning about, teachers in Wisconsin, having their ability to have collective negotiating rights to exploit the taxpayer. Yeah, that's what we got. It's great, isn't it? Jesus Christ. Anyway, we do have the day off in the stock markets, folks, so there's nothing really to report. The one thing I do want to prognosticate is that there is going to be a sell-off. I don't know how much there's going to be a sell-off, but there's definitely going to be a sell-off in the equities markets, and they're going to be put into commodities like precious metals and oil specifically. Oil specifically will increase dramatically because of the situations that we're having out here. It's affecting Saudi Arabia. You've got Iran trying to flex nuts, going into the Suez Canal, and of course the military junta that took over Egypt is allowing them to do it. This democratically, this how the United States media was trying to portray the Egyptian revolution as if it was some goddamn, exercise in freedom of some sort. Here you have the military taking over Egypt, and they're allowing the Iranian Navy to just go ahead and cross the Suez Canal. Why are they doing that? They're trying to goat somebody into war. You understand? They're trying to goat somebody into war. Because let me tell you something. What brings a people together? When you have domestic upheaval like Iran has in its current situation, what brings people together? War. War brings people together. That's exactly why Iran is doing all these provocations to the international community, and I don't think that anybody should be goaded into this. What we should be doing is the, element of civility in this global community. I think that we should be aiding in a clandestine fashion the uprising in Iran. We should be helping the Iranian resistance help topple the theocratic hypocrisy that is the Ayatollah supremacy. I think that we should do this, folks. It's not a goddamn joke. Because you have to realize that right now, Iran is the actual model for what these Islamic extremists are trying to fight for. This is why they're blowing themselves up. This is why they're committing terrorism, because they want an Islamic state. But you see, Iran at this point in time is an Islamic state. They're living the Islamic state. Do you understand what I'm saying? And you have the youth and you have the people within this society rising up against the theocratic authority out there. They don't want to live in the Islamic state. They don't want to live in this crap anymore. They don't want ayatollahs waving their fingers in their faces, telling them what they can and can't do, can and can't think, can and can't wear. I'm not joking. It's disgraceful. And I think that, somebody, if not the United States, somebody should help in a clandestine fashion the resistance in Iran. Long live the Iranian Revolution of 2009. And let me tell you, it's not going anywhere. The Ayatollah's days are numbered. And if you're listening, Ayatollah, you better take that ridiculous, hypocritical garbage that you've been shoving down your people's throats for the past 30 years. You better shove it up your clogged up, stupid, dumb, pathetic, hypocritical ass, because that's the last good feeling you're ever going to get there, Ayatollah, you piece of crap. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and drink some beer here. It's President's Day. Like I said, there's nothing to talk about here in the markets today, but I am predicting a sell-off in the short business week coming this week in the equities markets, so be careful on your portfolios when it comes to that. You're going to see your portfolios possibly take a dip because the sell-off in the equities market is inevitable. You got a lot of scared investors out here. We would have seen it today, but the markets are closed, and we're going to see an increase, a dramatic spike in crude and in precious metals. All right? Precious metals. Here, let me go ahead and get a beer here. I got a Negra, once again, for all the folks that know what I'm talking about. There we go. I'm a little upset that my stomach might get upset because I was out here. I had some Italian food at one of these Italian little bistros that they got going on out here downtown Austin, Texas. And then they throw, like, I guess every single spice they got in the spice rack, and they throw it in the freaking sauce, and it seems like it's meant to just completely disintegrate your esophagus and your intestines. They just do it on purpose. And they just throw every spice in there, and it's just not very comfortable. I know I'm going to add beer to this, so who the hell knows what kind of chemistry is going on in the old bread basket over here, for Christ's sake. But cheers to everybody. Happy President's Day. It feels great. I'm glad to see authoritarian and totalitarian dictators basically falling at the hands of the people. I'm talking about the Chinese Jasmine Revolution. I'm talking about the Iranian Revolution of 2009 that continues today. I'm talking about the people of Libya putting Muammar Gaddafi in his place and his stupid cue ball Yul Brynner lookalike son. I'm great. I just feel great. I feel great. Cheers to everybody out there. Hope you have a libation or have a Opus X cigar or something of of taste, of some sort of indulgent stature. Let me go ahead and take a chug of this beer here. I know, this is Kentucky Fried Chicken piss high life, but, whenever I drink this beer, it reminds me of my old man. He used to drink these beers, and, sometimes I'd go and try to sneak one, and I remember taking a swig of my first beer, behind my dad's back, and it just tasted like dog piss. I mean, I remember tasting it. It was just, the bitterness hit your mouth. I remember I was like a young teenage kid, and I was like, I wanted to puke. But as your palate continues to mature, you start appreciating the different nuances of beer taste. And even though I know a whole different array of beers, I'm pretty much of a connoisseur when it comes to that sort of thing. I really do appreciate the nuances of different alcohols. When I drink the old Miller High Life, or what used to be called Wettas, until they put the black model on the packaging, so now they're called Negras. Now, it just kind of reminds me of the old days, you understand? The old days. Here, let me take a chug here. 646-652-4869 is the number to call. I want to hear from you. Give me a call right now, 646-652-4869. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, I want to hear from you. Give me a damn call. This is the President's Day edition. It's free format. All right? Once again, for all the investors out there, be wary this week. Keep your eye on your portfolio. There's going to be a sell-off. Now, to the extent of that sell-off, who knows? Of course, the investors are going to react to earnings. They're going to react to any kind of good news to go back in the equities markets because everybody wants to continue that run. But watch these spikes in commodities, specifically precious metals and crude. All right. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and add another financial instrument to the True Capitalist portfolio. That's right. I'm going to go ahead and put another instrument in to the True Capitalist portfolio. And the reason is, folks, is because I know that there's going to be some gains to be had. So where do I say gains are going to be had? Well, obviously, I said precious metals. I've already got, some of my portfolio in that. But obviously crude. Obviously oil. And I know there's folks out there that don't really understand how to trade futures and be able to capitalize on oil. So I'm going to give you another financial instrument, all right? So that you can capitalize on the potential spike that's going to happen this week because, all economic indicators according to the Asian and European markets suggest that there's going to be a spike. So for all you folks that are unfamiliar with trading oil futures and, you're kind of unfamiliar with how to game this particular spike in the equities market, there's a little thing called an ETF. An ETF. And I've talked about what ETFs are, folks. For you folks that don't know what ETFs are, once again, this is a recourse. It's called exchange-traded funds. Now, what does that mean exactly? Well, these particular exchange-traded funds act much like a mutual fund in that when you invest in certain ETFs, there's an actual manager of all the monies that are invested into the ETF, and that investor in turn goes out and trades equities or securities or whatever the case might be based upon that sector, because ETFs, or exchange-traded funds, are broken down into sectors. So, for instance, if you wanted to game the energy sector, but you don't understand how to trade, energy equities or understand how to capitalize in them, you can invest in an ETF that relates to energy-specific sector and invest in it at whatever the ETF costs. It's much like a mutual fund. You can get as many, shares of a mutual fund at so much money, and then you anticipate gains, because you would hope that the manager of this particular fund has his act together and knows what he's freaking doing. So anyway, without any further ado, all right, the next piece of financial instrument that I'm going to add to the True Capitalist portfolio is symbol OIL. That's right, oil. This is a Barclays Bank iPath Exchange ETF fund. It's an ETF fund. Now, ETFs are different in mutual funds in that you can trade them as a as an equity. So you can actually day trade an ETF, unlike day trading a mutual fund. A mutual fund is more of a long-term investment that has moderate gains based upon the individual that is running the actual fund. So look, right now, the Barclays Bank iPath Exchange Oil Sector ETF, of course, the symbol is OIL. The last trade is at 23.89. Okay, and you can probably get that right now or tomorrow in early morning trading. All right, and this particular ETF is geared towards the specific sector of oil. So we're going to add this to the True Capitalist portfolio, and we're going to see if this particular ETF spikes with the rate of crude. You understand what I'm talking about? I mean, this is what I'm saying. I know people are getting confused here, but hey, you got to read, you got to learn. ETF. An ETF is much like a mutual fund. The only difference is you can trade it like an actual equity, unlike a mutual fund that you have to trade it at the end of the day's trading. You can't day trade or exchange mutual funds in the middle of the day's trading. You can't buy a mutual fund at 10 o'clock a.m. and then sell it at 12 p.m. You can't do that. You can do that with an ETF. And as a matter of fact, ETFs have the same tax benefits, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, I'm not a tax expert, but they have the same tax benefits as a mutual fund. So that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, folks, 646-652-4869 is the number call. It seems that everybody is out today. It's President's Day, so they're like, I'm going to go out. I'm going to go out and I'm going to just go and have a picnic with my mother. And we're going to have, bacon, ham, and pickle, and mustard, and mayonnaise sandwiches. And everything's going to be great. I mean, right now, if you have the day off, this is the time you should be studying, for Christ's sake. This is the time you should be looking at charts. You know, you should be looking at positions. You should be speculating on where markets are going, where the money is going to be gaining. That's what you need to worry about. Don't sit back and, do some meaningless activity. Why do you think your brain is so stagnant? Why do you think it's hard for individuals to actually think and contemplate things when you ask them questions? Have you ever asked anybody a simple question? I mean, it's like it's pulling teeth with these people, It's like you're pulling teeth with these people. And why is it? Well, I'll just explain why. Let me take a chug of this beer. Oh, yeah. Anyway, everything is money, folks. I know that people give me crap. All right? People give me crap that, I can't believe that all you care about is money. There's more to life than money. Oh, yeah? What's that exactly, huh? What's more to life than money? The relationship has been completely decimated. So, I mean, if you're a young person thinking that you're going to get your significant other and live happily ever after, I mean, just look at this disgusting, disgraceful social landscape. Do you actually believe that you're going to be able to find somebody that's mature enough, that has the mental capacity to interpret this disgusting reality for what it is? Absolutely not. On the contrary, they're going to embrace it. They're going to embrace it. They're going to make it engulf their whole personality. I mean, Jesus Christ. And there's people, this is another thing. People in the chat room saying, man, I've never heard beer go down that way. Well, you know what? I drink like a man. You understand? I mean, I guzzle down my beer. I'm not out here, pussyfooting around, sipping it like some, 12-year-old girl, just getting their first beer from their, disgusting internet date that they had hooked up. I'm not like that. All right. I mean, I know how to chug some goddamn beer. All right. I mean, I pour it in like gasoline. That's what I do. Just listen. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. I'm a man. I'm not like these little punks out here. They're like, oh my God, shut up. Anyway, let me go ahead and take some calls here, shall we? 646-652-4869. It's a President's Day edition of the True Capitalist Radio Show. Free format, for Christ's sake. Let's see if there's anybody out there in phone land that has anything to say. 727, you're on the air, man.
Yeah, that oil ETF, I mean, does that include all sorts of companies or, exploration and processing and...
Well, actually, that's specific. No. That one specifically is just for the price of crude oil. It's just based on crude trading and crude futures and that sort of thing. It's sector-based. There are ETFs, though, that are based on what you're just talking about, exploration. Even for gold, for that matter, not just oil exploration, but there's also ETFs for gold. You see this on the TV, these assholes selling everything, going out in the middle of nowhere trying to dig for gold. Well, there's actually ETFs, traded based upon this, and you want to have somebody, all the time, you can't have your eye on every single sector. But if you have a speculation that crude is going to spike, which I have anticipated for a long period of time, well, not that long, like 2-3 weeks, and the reason it's spiking now is because the Suez Canal is being jeopardized. Libya, Muammar Gaddafi's son came out on state-run Libyan television last night and said he's going to continue to fight until the death, him and his father. And he told the people on the state-run media that if by some chance, they're successful, he's going to burn up the entire oil reserves that, encompasses Libya, so that the new regime that comes in and overtakes Muammar Gaddafi's reign won't be able to capitalize on the natural resources that, engulfs that particular country. So, just based on that news and, the Iranians moving into the Suez Canal, the unrest that's happening in Saudi Arabia, we're not hearing too much about that because they're trying to quash that as much as possible. United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, there's just so much disorder going on around here that, I honestly believe that we're going to see some major spikes in crude oil to the point where it's going to affect the recovery, it's going to affect the gains that we're having, just like I anticipated that here in the next as we move into the springtime, we're going to see some major retraction, or a major contraction, I should say, in the markets because of all these factors. Inflation, the high rate of oil, the high rate of energy, commodities going through the roof, cotton at all-time highs. It's getting pathetic out here. So 727, I'm going to bring you back on. This particular ETF that I am putting to the True Capitalist portfolio is specific towards crude future trading and those to options, that sort of thing.
Right. Yeah, I'm starting to think that all this inflation, commodities driving up, eventually I think that's going to be a good thing because I think it's going to spurn exploration. It's going to spurn increases in capacity because if you think about the last couple of years, everybody's been downsizing, shutting a plant, shutting a mine, selling equipment, and eventually, as inflation starts to spike, it's going to drive exploration. It's going to drive people to start looking for alternatives to acquire more of the product because the product's going up in price. So I think that's going to help in the long term.
Absolutely. Especially if you're talking about domestic exploration and possibly drilling in, the Alaskan reserves, that sort of thing.
Right. Even with things like copper and steel and everything. You've had. I buy nails for a living over in China. China's been downsizing on its nail capacity for the last 2 years, and eventually, as the price increases, people are going to start trying to find more capacity. And I think that's going to put people to work. It's going to make people invest, and I think it's going to. I think at the end of the day, inflation is going to help the economy. As crazy as that sounds.
No, you make a pretty good synopsis as it pertains to getting productivity back and running, because inevitably it'll inspire, at least hopefully inspire, emerging markets and developed markets to realize that they actually have to do something when it comes to job creation and productivity, because
right.
at this point in time, and I hate to bring up politics as it relates to economics, but I think that the Jasmine Revolution that's happening in China is very serious, and I think that at some point it's going to affect the production coming out of China. And once the production out of China is affected, that's when global economics will be a little bit balanced, because at this point in time, we have China exploiting the people under the name of communism, forcing these people
right.
to work for below slave wages, if that's even hard enough to believe, but they are working below slave wages, 15 hours a day. There's no unions over there that's making sure that these people aren't exposed to ridiculous chemicals or harsh elements. They're having industrial runoff that's affecting their drinking water. There's just a whole bunch of contradictions that are happening here, and you're starting to see the people rise up. And as a matter of fact, I think it's going to majorly affect the situation in China. So you're absolutely right. The unrest, the height in commodities, a lot of things. I believe if we have a decentralized government, the only thing that's going to prevent us from doing so is the government's regulation upon business in America and taxation. But if we had a decentralized government and had private enterprise being able to do what they've got to do, I think that we would have a more productive, not only America, but a world. And I think that everybody would kind of, come together in an economic fashion for the sake of appeasing all of our needs.
Right. People are not going to pay, $5 for a loaf of bread forever. Eventually, somebody's going to go out and grow another acre of wheat to try to compensate for that. I've already seen where some countries are upping their estimates of coffee production next year just based on the shortage now. So all these shortages on commodities, they're driving up prices. In the long run, it's going to cause more investment, more expansion of trying to increase the supply of those commodities, which is going to mean people got to go to work to do that. And at the very end of that rainbow, so to speak, I think eventually people are going to start making money as things expand, and all this land and housing sitting around for pennies on the dollar, eventually that stuff is going to go, because people are going to be sitting around, they're going to be making money again, they're going to be like, you know what, I can buy 2 houses at $70,000 a pop. And I think it's a long ways off, and I know the housing is in the dumps right now, but if you were able to, get in for the long run, I think that, as the economy comes back, all these empty houses are not going to be sitting around.
I think you're right, and that was a pretty good analysis. Do you have a blog or something you want to plug?
No, I don't have a blog, but I do those ETFs. They got real estate ETFs of some sort where you can go long
absolutely.
on.
Yeah, absolutely they do. They have real estate. They've got everything you can imagine. And the thing is that your gains on ETFs are based upon the sector. Because if the sector is going to do great, unless the fund manager is a complete utter moron, which it's not necessarily going to happen. And if it is, you could probably certain legal actions you could take, but the ETF, what's so good about it, it's not like a mutual fund. You can day trade these things. There's volatility. There's volatility in these ETFs where you can actually trade it as if it's an equity, and the tax rate that you're taxed on that is a lot different than an actual equity based upon the stock market trade. Like if you made a capital gain on the stock market, it's a different rate than the ETF. If I'm not mistaken, it depends. You got to ask your tax guy. But there are different tax loopholes when it comes to ETFs and investing on gains based upon this particular fund.
Yeah. So one thing people got to look out for is as they're investing in the long run for commodities going up, eventually as that capacity increases, that commodity is going to slide down, and at the same time the commodity is sliding down, the companies that are involved in that commodity, they're going to be making money hands over fist. So you're going to have to shift your money from predicting the actual commodity prices going up into the companies that are contributing to that commodity actually coming down, because they're in the manufacturing and the expansion of that commodity. So there's two ways to make money in a commodity. I mean, one is in the price of the actual commodity going up or down, and the other is in the profitability of the companies that are processing or mining or oring that, and they don't necessarily go in the same direction.
Absolutely. No, I mean, that's great analysis, sir. I want to thank you for calling, by the way. And, it sounds like you've got your portfolio strategy set ahead. And, thank God that there's guys that are actually thinking ahead like this, because this is what makes capitalism, is the idea to look at these particular indicators and capitalize on them. What's unfortunate is most people think that, things are just going to be given to them. So this is all I got to do, and I just got to do this, and I'm going to make money, and I ain't going to have to do nothing. Peeps, all right? Everybody out there, you're always going to have to work, all right? I don't care what you want to believe. I don't care. Even if you hit the lottery, you're going to have to work, because you're going to give yourself a lifestyle that you haven't given yourself ever previous to this lump sum of cake, however you made it, whether it's through a business sale or a damn lottery hitting, all right? So you're going to give yourself a lifestyle that's lavish. You're going to buy yourself big cars and big houses, and before you know it, this big, large sum of money is going to wither itself away because you're not making any more to suffice what you're spending, for Christ's sake. So that's really what's pathetic. You got to keep working, folks. You can't believe that all I got to do is just do this and do that, and I ain't got to do nothing else, and I can just go ahead and just sit. No. All right? The billionaires in the world today, they're still working 10, 15 hours a day. You want to know why? Because they ain't going to be billionaires tomorrow if they stop. And if you don't believe me, just ask Bill Gates. I remember Bill Gates, in the 90s. Oh, he was the richest man in the world, and, he's just kicking ass, and, nothing can stop him. Well, that guy's not in the top 3 richest folks anymore. He's being surpassed. I mean, the number 1 richest man in the world is a guy in Mexico by the name of Julio Slim. The second richest man in the world, believe it or not, is Warren Buffett. I mean, let me tell you, Bill, he's not adding any more money to his nest egg. He's just living off of it. And as a result, you get a certain level of lifestyle, and you continue to mooch away from that nest egg. And if nothing's coming in, you're just going to dwindle it all away. It's going to be spent. Just take a look at lottery winners who have won the lottery and have won these huge millions and jackpots and all this other crap. And just take a look at how they were just somehow put back in the poorhouse. I mean, there was one asshole that hit the Powerball lottery that, spent all his money on cars and clothes and gold and jewelry and bimbos and this and that he got kicked out of his own mansion. And remember, folks, just because you buy a piece of property doesn't mean that you can just keep it and keep it in any kind of condition and do these types of things. You have to pay what's called a homeowners association fee. All right, and especially when it comes to these huge $15-20 million houses. I mean, you got to pay $15,000-$20,000 a month alone, even after you buy the house cash. You got to have $15,000-$20,000 alone a month to live there in a homeowners association fee, just so that you can be in the neighborhood. You understand? Well, what happened to this lottery winner? He bought everything cash. He thought he was just going to be able to just, sit on his badass, cars and all the mansions. Well, they kicked him out of his own house. He had purchased it cash. They kicked him out because he couldn't keep up with the $25,000 a month homeowners association fee. So they kicked him out. They kicked him out of his own house. Now he's, poor on the street. Do you understand, folks? You can't stop working. Making money's the easy part. The hard part is keeping it. The hard part is making more of it. Don't you understand that? Huh? You're never, I know you people believe that you're going to make the big score and then you'll never, ever, ever have to work again. That's just not how it's going to work. All right? I hate to burst your bubble. Even in a communist society, assholes, all right? Even in communism and socialism, you have to work for the government to give you your crap. All right? Only in America have they pussified the American people into believing that all they got to do is exist and be born, and that the government's just going to take care of them from cradle to grave. And let me tell you, those days are numbered. All you people that think that you're going to continue, banking off this government and making all this money off of the taxpayer, your days are numbered. So you better be thinking of a new career, or you're going to be out in the street, boy. Anyway, 646-652-4869 is the number to call. I'm taking your goddamn calls. I want to hear from you. All right? 612, you're on the air.
Hey, Ghost, California. How's it going, buddy?
What's going on?
Well, I tell you what, here's the problem, Ghost. Too many people, they like those effing entitlements. You know, they're going to sit around and wait for those entitlements. Okay, I work at the airport here in Minneapolis. Okay, granted, it's not the best job in the world. It's part-time. We can't find shuttle drivers because no one wants to work. They'd rather make money. They'd rather sit home and wait for Obama to give them their money. All right? That's the problem, Ghost. Nobody wants to work anymore, Ghost. No one knows what hard work to people, Ghost, is a four-letter word to some people.
Well, don't you agree, though, Capote? Don't you agree, though, that what we should possibly do is just give amnesty to these illegal immigrants that are already working their asses off below minimum wage with no benefits, no insurance, nothing. And just, go ahead and give them amnesty since they're working here already, and all these people that are in America just collecting entitlements, let them wither away and suffer. I mean, if they're going to be, entitlement jerk nuts. I mean, I'm serious. I don't mean to be a heartless prick, but I just don't give crap about the PO in America. I just don't care about them. I'm sorry.
If they've obeyed the law, yes. Because guess what? You put them on the payroll, they'll actually put taxes back into the pockets of the government.
Absolutely. That's what I'm thinking of.
Because they won't be underground working for cash. I agree. If they've obeyed the law, yes, Ghost. I totally agree. If they have broken the law, you send them back. Just like we have a big Somali community here in town. A lot of them have been charged with rape. They won't send them back to Somalia because there's no government. I say F them. You put them on a plane. Me and the Ghost will walk you the plane, and you get your ass out of this country because we don't want you. I mean, I'm all for working for a living, Ghost. But I'm
absolutely
tired of people sitting around waiting for Obama to give them the damn check. I mean, there's jobs out there, Ghost. Sometimes we have to move to another city to get a job. But no one wants to. The 99ers have been out of job for 2 years. Come on. I mean, you have to work 2 jobs, Ghost. You work 2. If you have to work 3, work 3. I work 3 jobs, and I get the job done. I bring home the rent. I'll be damned. I'll live under a Ghost. Under a bridge before I take money from Mr. Obama, because there's always conditions when you take money from the government. It's just
damn right. That's what I've been telling these people. I've been saying that these idiots that are collecting all these entitlements, they think that they're still free. They're property of the United States government and the American taxpayer, and they're lucky that the American taxpayer doesn't collect out of their ass. Because in my personal opinion, I think that these people should be mowing my damn lawn. They should be out, washing my car. They should be picking up crap on the street. They should be cleaning graffiti. I should see single mothers out in the street that are collecting all these thousands of dollars of entitlements. They should be cleaning up crappers in park bathrooms everywhere in America. I mean, that's what I think.
Well, but like you say, it's my kids. It's my kids. That's the problem. They want, every time they have a kid, they make more money for the government. Sometimes girls, women, now it doesn't matter black or white, having kids like going to the bathroom for some of these girls. It's like, I got to take my big crap by every 9 months and we'll have another baby. 6 kids, 5 different fathers. And then where's the father? Well, guess who the father is? Me and you are the fathers of those kids who we got to take care of them every single day.
It's an utter disgrace, Capote. Anyway, do you have a blog or a show you want to blog here?
Yeah, I got my show, Couple Radio. Ghost, I'm going to do tomorrow night's entertainment show. You want to call in? We're going to call, a couple golf courses. We're going to call a couple self-help lines. I'd love to have you call in. And tomorrow night's entertainment line. And we're going to call some massage parlors. We're going to call Vegas. We're going to call, some strip clubs. You want to call in? I'd love to have you.
All right, man. Well, I'll see what I can do. I want to thank you for calling. But I agree with you there. The American work ethic is being flushed down the goddamn toilet, you know? And, you know, a good whiff of this is this crap in Madison, Wisconsin. These damn teachers that are out here pissing and moaning that, it's not fair. I want my collective bargaining rights so I can be able to hold the students hostage so I can get my pay raise, so I can get my pension and my 8% a year increase after I retire. That's what I want. And, you know, what really makes me sick is that these dumb, disgusting pieces of trash out there in Cheesehead Land in Madison, Wisconsin, actually have the audacity to think that they're doing something patriotic, as if they're, you know, standing up for their rights. You pieces of crap ain't got no rights, all right? You work for the government. You work for the taxpayer, you stupid pieces of bureaucratic crap. I mean, you know, since when is it the right for some bureaucrat to exploit the American taxpayer? I just don't get it. I don't get it. You know, I mean, can somebody please explain this to me? And let me tell you something, teachers. You ain't doing a good job, you stupid assholes, all right? I know you want to pat yourselves on the back every time you label yourself as a teacher, and you want everybody to give you so much damn kudos and stroke, but I give you nothing. I spit on you, teachers. I spit on you because you have produced nothing but a dumbed-down America, and you actually want more money for it? You actually want more kudos for it, for Christ's sake? You have dumbed our students down into believing that the whole purpose of existing in life is becoming some American idol and spending their money on electronic Chinese-made widgets. That's what you've done, you teachers. You make me sick. Everybody who works in the public education system makes me sick. So what I have to say to the Madison, Wisconsin legislature, because what's happening out there, folks, is, you know, the Republican-dominated state legislature is trying to initiate a piece of legislation that will eliminate the collective bargaining rights of these damn teachers going out here and striking whenever they feel like they want a pay raise or they want more money or whatever the case might be, you know? Well, the state can't afford it. The state can't afford it because they have spent way too much money on all kinds of malarkey, and they have to start cutting, a lot of which are these salaries from these teachers that aren't producing a good product for society. And if they were producing a decent product, well, those good students that those teachers produce would stay in the community and actually innovate, create business, create entrepreneurship, and, you know, they wouldn't have this financial trouble that the states have, but you know, they have it. You want to know why? Because there's no business going on in Madison, Wisconsin. I mean, what the hell is going on in Wisconsin, for Christ's sake? Nothing. It's an ice hole with a bunch of two-bit hicks that are out there, you know, they're half Canadian, and they're out here, you know, pissing and moaning how they deserve rights to exploit the taxpayer. I think it's a disgrace, you know? I think it's an utter disgrace, and for you to sit here and, you know, bring the youth to your damn strike. And for you folks that aren't familiar with this, you know, not only is the Republican legislature trying to initiate this bill that's going to eliminate negotiating rights collectively for these damn teachers, but you've got these dumbass Democrats, you know, they're too chicken shit to even make a stand for their cause. They've left the city. They've left the whole state. They're staying at some Best Western somewhere in surrounding states, for Christ's sake, in quote-unquote undisclosed locations, because they don't want to make the vote yes or no when it comes to, you know, cutting this, you know, particular clause in allowing teachers to collectively negotiate to exploit taxpayers, you know? So they're not even in the state. You know, these, you know, state senators, they're not even there. They're at some Best Western somewhere. Who's paying for that crap, too, by the way? Probably the taxpayer. I mean, do you understand the hypocrisy? And I've said this, and I'll say it again. It'll be a great day, a great damn day in American history, when these damn teachers are out there in the unemployment line having to look for a job in the private sector like everybody else. When these goddamn superintendents and these school board assholes and these people with these inflated budgets are finally cut and having to go out in the private sector and be accountable for their actions in actual private sector business, it'll be a great day when there's no longer any public education system. It'll be a great day when these schools are all closed down and it's all privatized, and the government can auction off these public schools to make them shopping malls or shopping centers or project homes or whatever the case. Who cares? I mean, that's enough spending money on these stupid public education systems that are failing us, that are making dumbed-down children that are so stupid they will literally try to drown a fish if you told them that it was possible. That's how stupid they are. It's sick, man. It's really sick. And then Madison, Wisconsin over here, they actually think they're doing something. They think they're doing something for the people. You're not doing anything, you Madison, Wisconsin pieces of crap. Hey, let me tell you, I've actually been looking on YouTube because I have put out $200 on the table for anyone that can make a viral video of the True Capitalist Radio program. And there's actually one person, I think I've seen a couple of videos, but one person in particular that put in the Madison, Wisconsin call that we made last Friday in an attempt to try to see what was going on. And let me tell you, there's a lot of people that aren't very happy with what I did to that teacher that was supporting the unions when I was calling down there to Madison, Wisconsin. You know? I mean, you should see the comments on this video that whoever the hell posted, some guy that Ghost Fan 2011 or some crap. At this point in time, I'm eyeballing you. I mean, I've seen a few other videos out there, but remember, it's got to be posted beyond February 18th, and it's got to go viral, man. I mean, that's where I'm going to pay people money. I'm going to pay people money that get viral videos. Now, I did get an email from people that are in the UK, that are in Ireland, that are in other parts of the world, Japan, that actually want to do this, but they feel that they may be isolated because they don't think that they can get a viral video in America. Well, I don't care where it's viral. I don't care if it gets media attention in Japan. I don't care if it gets media attention in Dutchland, Wooden Shoe Land, Ireland, Cleveland. I don't care where it gets media. All right? That's why I'm calling on you, the listener of the True Capitalist Radio program, to go out there and spread the damn word about the True Capitalist Radio show, because we need more capitalists. We need more capitalists. And how do you become a capitalist, folks? Making money. Making money, baby. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. So spread the word. All right, spread the word about the True Capitalist Radio program. All right? Spread it around like wildfire. I better calm down here. Let me take a drink of beer. Let me tell you, I'm too old to be getting all hyper, man. I'm telling you. I got a high blood pressure problem. I got to worry throughout the day about my positions on the stock market, about my brick mortar businesses, about whether the real estate prices are going to go up or down, about all kinds of crap. And then I come over here and I try to, have a broadcast, and for some reason I always got to get all hyper. I always got to get all angry like some goddamn, hyperactive kinetic, freak or something. Let me go ahead. Yep, it's Negras, folks. I got some more Negras because I don't know if you heard a couple of shows back. I took some heat from the Poe in America. They called me up and they didn't appreciate the fact I was drinking $400 bottles of scotch. So they called me up and said, "Man, Ghost, man, how you gonna do that, baby? There's poor people in America. There's people that can't even feed their kids. They can't even feed their kids. And you sitting there with $400 bottle of scotch, baby. They can't even feed their kids, baby." So, to keep more in touch with the peeps, because to keep my connection with the people who listen, I'm going to go ahead and continue drinking Negras, which used to be Wettas, but it's Negras now. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. 646-652-4869 is the number to call here, folks. I want to hear from you. All right, we're talking about Madison, Wisconsin, and the teachers over there, and how, they're all in solidarity. They're camping out in the Capitol. They're doing what they did in Egypt, for Christ's sake. I mean, for what? For what? So these teachers can save their pensions and they can save their pay? I mean, you people are incompetent. Teachers are incompetent. They don't deserve pay. They don't deserve increases. All right, that's all there is to it. And if you're a teacher and you disagree with me, you think I'm some sort of a bad man, please, by all means, give me a goddamn call. Get your fat cottage cheese ass up off the chair if you disagree with me and give me a damn call. I will make you look lower than a leprechaun's nutsack as I put substance upon substance upon substance on the debating table. And you know it, I know it, and everybody that's listening to me knows it too, all right? Give me a break. Let me take a drink. Oh, yeah. I'm done with this one. Time to open up another Negra. Here we go. Whoo, yeah. Anyway, folks, we got 4 minutes left in the first hour of the True Capitalist Radio program. This is the President's Day edition of the True Capitalist Radio Show. There are no reviews to talk about in the business stock market world because U.S. markets are closed today. But once again, I did add a financial instrument to the True Capitalist portfolio for the folks that are just tuning in. I added an ETF. An ETF, for all the folks that aren't familiar with what the hell ETFs are, folks, they are exchange-traded funds which act like a mutual fund. The only difference is that you can actually trade these like an equity, unlike a mutual fund where you'd have to trade it at the end of the day's trading. So you can actually day trade the volatility of an ETF. And they're taxed at a different rate, too, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, I'm not a tax expert. But I am putting and adding symbol OIL to the True Capitalist portfolio because according to the Asian and European markets today, crude is soaring just as I prognosticated because the Suez Canal seems like it's going to be jeopardized by the Iranians' attempt on sending its navy through the Suez Canal. All right? We also have the destabilization of Libya. The Libyan people are about to take control of that particular country. But you see, I don't know if you read the blog, ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. I wrote about how Muammar Gaddafi's son, all right? Muammar Gaddafi's son got on the air and said, "You people that are standing up against me and my father, you people better remember, you better not rise up against us, or we will fight civil war. We will fight to the last bullet." Here this guy is, he's threatening his own people, right? Threatening his own people. And Muammar Gaddafi's son has also said that if by some chance the people overthrow the Libyan regime, which is Muammar Gaddafi and his nepotistic regime, that they are going to burn the oil reserves that are in Libya. They're going to burn it. I mean, this is how much of bitches the Libyan regime is being when it comes to this overthrow of their 42-year reign. I mean, they're acting like, some broad that got, messed around on by some ethnic minority, and now, she's pissed and she's ripping the crotch out of all the clothes of, whoever in the hell she got screwed over on. I mean, that's what it's like. It's like, you people better not, we will burn the oil reserves and you will not be able to take control of that. It's just ridiculous. But let me tell you something. It'll be a great day seeing Muammar Gaddafi's head on a stick. I'll tell you that. That guy's a piece of trash. And anybody who doesn't know about him, in the 80s, this asshole was, as big of a terrorist as anybody else. This asshole was hijacking planes. He was blowing up planes out of the sky in the 80s until Ronald Reagan sent a goddamn missile into his house and blew up his family. Then he finally started getting a little bit lighthearted, and he stopped, talking so much crap. and has been, sitting over there ruling over his people ever since, being quiet. Now, this authoritarian rule of his for 42 years has finally gotten fed up with the people. They're rising up, even as Muammar Gaddafi orders the military to shoot the people in the streets. I mean, there's people being shot down in the streets just like they are in Iran right now. They're being shot down in the middle of the streets, and they're still continuing to rise up. They're still continuing to go out there and say, "We don't care, you stupid motherfucker," and they're going out there, jihad. They're going out there going crazy. I mean, the fervor of liberty lives. I mean, I can't believe it. I mean, I can't believe I'm living in a day where people actually want capitalism. They want democracy. They want to prosper. They want the ability to feed their families and then some. They want the ability to establish wealth. They want the ability to establish a decent piece of real estate. They want large appliances, fast food, and they want to go in their dirty underwear at 3 a.m. to a damn artery-clogging triple cheeseburger joint to get themselves something to eat just like American people. That's what I'm talking about. Long live the Iranian Revolution of 2009. Long live Tiananmen Square 1989. And today, long live the Libyan resistance that's toppling that ridiculous regime, Muammar Gaddafi. It's a great day, man. It's a great damn day. Here, let me go ahead and chug this. Not to mention that we've got destabilization in Bahrain. And for those of you folks that don't know what Bahrain is, it's a very small country in the Middle East, ran by a royal family. They've also cracked down by beating and bludgeoning people in the streets, but they're continuing on. The Iranian resistance in Iran is also pursuing on with its attempt at trying to wipe out the Ayatollah. And the sad part about it is the Iranian resistance has no guns. They have no weapons. They're doing this with rocks. They're doing this with rocks, man. We should be throwing AK-47s down on the ground to these people so they could shoot up these pieces of crap. This theocratic, Ayatollah-worshiping garbage, man. And just imagine when the Ayatollah is toppled. What are these terrorists going to do now? I mean, what are these Islamic fundamentalists going to be able to fall back on? I mean, don't you understand that Iran is an Islamic state? It's been an Islamic state since 1979. The laws that govern Iran are the laws that govern the Quran. I mean, they take everything that they govern their people by from a whacked-out interpreted version of the Quran. So the people in Iran right now are living in an Islamic state. And just imagine, they're rebelling. They're rebelling against the Islamic State. They don't want to have nothing to do with it anymore, man. They don't want to have nothing to do with it anymore. I mean, this is just beautiful. They want liberty. They want capitalism, man. I've talked to the people in Iran personally. I used to correspond with the resistance in 2009. They want capitalism. They want this idea of representative government. They don't want to be held down by some hypocritical, theocratic crap. And it's beautiful. It's definitely a beautiful sight. Anyway, we're in the second hour of the True Capitalist radio program. Of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. Please retweet the program right now if you're listening in live. Tweet the program. Tell everybody your social networking sites. Email. Do whatever it takes. Spread the word of the True Capitalist radio program. Spread it around like wildfire. God damn it. I mean, come on. Yeah, I'll make some calls. I want to see some more people, for Christ's sake. I know this is President's Day, and everybody's utilizing this time to play with their Peter Popper, looking for the latest version of tube porn. But, I want to see some more people in here before I start, doing anything of that nature, right? So spread it around, tweet it, retweet it, go on Facebook, go on MySpace, go on everything and tell everybody about the True Capitalist Radio Show right now. blogtalkradio.com/ghost. All right? blogtalkradio.com/ghost is the damn official website of the True Capitalist Radio program. All right? Whew. Oh, man, I'm getting a little winded here, huh? Woo! Getting a little winded here. I'm going to go ahead and take a chug of this beer. Anyway, before I move on, please add to your favorites and bookmark also the True Capitalist blog. The True Capitalist blog, I update it every single day, man, and spread that around like wildfire while you're at it. Ghost Politics, all one word, no underscores, ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. All right? Don't be a milky liquor. Anyway, let's take a call here. 213, you're on the air.
Yeah, I've been on unemployment for 51 weeks and got 48 left. You jelly bitch. My kids are hungry.
You stupid, silly bastard. I bet you have been on unemployment, you silly freak. I mean, 213, what is it? Isn't that the crappy part of California? Isn't that the part of California that they talk about in movies being like a subterranean crap hole in the future? I wouldn't doubt that you're some subterranean loser that's, mooching off of the government system and sitting here collecting all this money, and you're calling up here, yeah, I'm taking all of me. 213. I wouldn't take a crap at 213. Get the hell out of here. Get him off. Anyway, 646-652-4869 is the number to call here. I'm going to take a little bit of a break here. For all you folks that are listening, you want to hear some calls? You want me to hear me call Wisconsin? Well, spread the damn link. Spread it around. I want to see more people in here, you milky-licking pieces of nipple-clamp-loving, butt-plug-up-the-ass-looking, wish you had a friend to sit there with you, piece of chicken-eating cornboard crap. Spread the word. Spread it around like wildfire. Good God, let me take a drink. People want. Spread it around. Anyway, let me calm down for a second. The sun is warm. The grass is green. Oh, my God. I'm so unseen. All right, sorry. I'm just trying to calm down here. Anyway, blogtalkradio.com/ghost, all right? blogtalkradio.com/ghost. Spread that link around. Tell everybody I'm going to be right back. But before I go, we have been celebrating Black History Month. And for all you ungrateful assholes that are out here that don't know, February, the shortest month in the year, is Black History Month. And we've been commemorating Black History Month by playing a black artist on every single show for the month of February. Now, today is no different. I know this is President's Day, and we're going to go ahead and play another black artist, all right? We're going to play another black artist to celebrate this great month of, highlighting Black Americans' contribution to American culture, all right? So once again, we're commemorating Black History Month, and, I want to thank everybody who's appreciated my contribution to the Black History Month, and everybody who's calling me a racist. You don't know your ass from your elbow. I've said this time and time again, all right? I'm a melting pot of friendship, all right? I got a whole bunch of friends that happen to be black, all right? I got a whole bunch of friends that happen to be, Guido, I got a whole bunch of friends that happen to be Oriental. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm a melting pot of friendship. I'm cool with everybody. For you people to sit here and call me a racist, that's a false indictment, and I really don't appreciate it. All right? I do not really appreciate it whatsoever. So to prove that I am not a racist, once again, I am going to play another song to commemorate Black History Month. This song is by a group that, is a bit controversial, but at the same time helped pave the way for what is now known as hip-hop and, rap music, so to speak. Paved the way so that, individuals can basically, spread disgusting vulgarities all over the place without the threat of any kind of, federal or civil litigation, all right? These are guys that are innovators. Not to mention innovators, they actually tell what's in the mind of Black America. I mean, and let me tell you, Black America has a lot of strife. There's a lot of things internally with Black America that needs to be expressed, These guys expressed it, and it's no coincidence that you can correlate this song with all the people with, my kids, my kids, my kids. So when you hear this song here, remember, that's why you have people with like 8, 9 kids, all right? This is why you have it. Now, engineer, can you turn on this song for Black History Month?
What do we
Can you turn it on, please?
$10?
Oh, here it is.
Everything you want. Everything.
I'll be back in a minute. Enjoy Black History Month on True Capitalist Radio.
listening to Ghost on True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
Yeah, we're back. Hope y'all appreciated that. That was a little bit of Two Live Crew, Me So Horny, to commemorate Black History Month and its contribution to society and pop culture. So I hope you all appreciated that little, black contribution for Black History Month. And I can already see people are sitting here saying I'm racist, that I'm a bad guy for playing this. Hey, look, I am pledging that I am going to play a black artist every day for the month of February to commemorate Black History Month. All right? It's not my fault. It's not my fault that this is the choices that I've got to make here. I mean, this is the music, I'm sorry. I'm not a racist. All right, but that's what you got. You get what you get. I mean, what can I say? I mean, all you people that are calling me racist, I mean, if it wasn't written and if it wasn't created, I wouldn't play it. I mean, come on, man. Here, let me go ahead and take a chug of this. Anyway, 646-652-4869 is the number to call here. Folks, for all you folks that want to email me up, I'm going to read some emails in a second, or actually later on in the program. Ghostpolitics@yahoo.com. That's ghostpolitics@yahoo.com. Speaking of which, I'm also going to update the video of the week today after the program. And for those of you that didn't get to see the video of the week last week, I strongly advise you to go to blogtalkradio.com/ghost, scroll down to the bottom, and take a look at it for yourself, because it's going to be gone after the show's over, because I'm going to post a new video of the week so everybody can appreciate, so everybody can have something to look at. All right? blogtalkradio.com/ghost. Scroll down to the bottom, you see that little video? Excuse me, that's where the video of the week is. Anyway, folks, let's take some more callers here. I want to hear from you. There's not that many people calling here. I mean, there's not that many people calling. What the hell's going on? Is everybody playing with their pecker shaft for President's Day? I mean, what the hell? I mean, would everybody have to go out with the parents, and everybody had to go out with the spouses? And
oh yeah, honey, I saw this great-looking Fabergé egg today at this little store that's going to have a President's Day sale on a little Fabergé egg. Yeah.
Give me a break. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and read one email since there's nobody calling up, all right? There is an email up in here. I'm not going to say the name of the person, but it basically states, Ghost, why do you make fun of poor people in America? Do you actually believe people want to be poor? Yes, I do. I actually do believe that people want to be poor. This is America, even though, the regulation and taxation is preventing opportunity for folks, and the exporting of jobs is preventing opportunity for folks, but for the most part, there's still enough opportunity for somebody to feed their fat asses. And to prove my point, I strongly advise everybody who doesn't believe that, that the po in America are doing fine and think that I'm lying, go to your nearest impoverished area. It doesn't matter what metropolis, what town you live in. I know you got one. Cruise down there and make sure you lock up tight, make sure you lock up the doors, roll up the windows, but just kind of cruise by there and just watch the damn fat jelly asses that are waddling their fat asses up and down the damn white trailer parks, that are waddling their fat asses up and down the black ghettos, that are waddling their fat asses up and down the Mexican barrios. I mean, that's all there is to it. I mean, there are no po people in America. And you know what? You know what would make me feel compassion for people in America that call themselves po in America? You want to know what would show me compassion? If they look like Steve Jobs does today, all right? If I went down to the black ghetto, if I went down to the Mexican barrio, and I went down to the white ghetto, white trailer park, and all those people walked out of their damn little shitbag houses looking like Steve Jobs on the final days, Well, then maybe I'd feel some compassion. Maybe I'd be like, yeah, throw these guys a hot dog or something. Somebody throw these guys a chicken wing or some kind of crap. Yeah, then maybe I'd feel a little something. But that's not the case. That's not the case. These people are looking like fat, jelly-ass, tubber-lard bastards. You know? I mean, fat, jelly-ass, tubber-lard bastards. That's what these people look like. And I don't feel sorry for these people. So for the person that emailed that question, hey, look, tough titty if you think that it's bad what I'm doing, huh? Tough titty if you think that, you can't be doing that in a poor America. You shut up. All right, just shut your mouth. Just shut your stinking, smelly, stupid hole. Anyway, 646-652-4869 is the number to call here. We have no callers. Is everybody scared? Is everybody scared Ghost is going to stomp their teeth so far down their throat they'll be able to chew their own asses? Huh? I mean, are they all afraid that Ghost is going to make them look lower than Roseanne Barr chasing after a goddamn bucket of nuggets with her hands tied behind her back? Is that it, huh? Huh? Boy? Anyway, you're listening to the True Capitalist radio program. This is a free format edition. Once again, the markets were closed today. Give me a call right now, 646-652-4869. We were talking about how the damn, the Wisconsin-Madison teachers are out there continuing their exploitation of the taxpayer. And I want to see what everybody feels about that. 646-652-4869 is the number to call. Let's go ahead and take some calls here. Nate Morris, are you there?
Yeah, what's up, Ghost?
What's going on, man?
Hey, not too much, man. It's me, Future DNB.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, not too much. First time calling in, long time listener.
I know it. I appreciate you listening, bro.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I just figured I'd give you a call, say what's up and all that. I've been working a little bit, been late to the shows, but I had a day off today, so have some free time to say what's up.
No problem, man. I mean, I know how it is as a capitalist, man. You got to keep that grind going on. You got to keep the money coming in, and at the same time, flipping it, if you will.
Definitely. I started getting into stocks and all that. Like I told you a few weeks ago, I started up that E-Trade account. I invested in that Mosaic. They're a fertilization company due to the food shortages and all that. I figure that's probably a good shot. They had I guess.
How's that working out for you?
Right now it's a little bit low, but I looked at the trends and all that, so I'm hoping it's going to go up when the farming season starts. So that's why I kind of invested. I mean, the stocks they've been going between $83 and $87 the past 2 months. So I got in when it was low, and last year around June they shot up to like 112. So hopefully I'll get some return on that. I invested a little bit into the Skechers a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
That didn't do too well, but I'm gonna hold on to them for a little bit and hope they move around a little bit. You know what I mean?
Well, believe it or not, I mean, these guys are actually trying here. I don't know if you've been seeing the advertisements, and you've been seeing a lot of plugging of the Skechers shape-ups. They're also developing a couple of other shoes, if I'm not mistaken, and not to mention they're the second largest shoe retailer next to Nike. The only reason that I, did not appreciate what happened was because all retail indicators proved that, everybody who was a damn retailer, was moving up in value. And because the fourth quarter was great for everybody. But, because of some mismanagement in Skechers, something happened, they didn't meet the street's expectations. But that day it actually went up. When they released the earnings, it actually went up considerably, which boggled my mind. So I sold off my positions, not necessarily making any profit, breaking even just to pay for the trade. But there are some other opportunities out there. Do you have anything else?
Not really. No. I mean, other than I've been looking into more like the fertilization companies and like some of the more of the agricultural, I don't know, like heavy machinery and stuff like that, like Caterpillar and all that. I've looked into. I'm kind of like bouncing around, trying to see. And then we have like the merger of the New York Stock Exchange. I don't know if you heard too much about that.
Absolutely. But Deutsche Börse trying to buy it out. It's going to be German now.
Yeah, right. So I don't know if like that's something to look into. Like I don't know if that's going to give us easier options to like trade on the European market or something like that. You know, like I'm not too sure.
Actually, I believe it is. Actually, it's going to actually help the globalization of economic investment. You know, because right now you have to go into all kinds of different accounts to trade commodities, to trade futures, to trade stocks, to trade this. Can you trade ETFs on the E-Trade?
I believe so. I haven't really gotten into it because I'm still pretty new to it. So I pretty much just started off in something that I'm comfortable with, which is stocks. And I figured that, you know, if I managed it good enough, you know, I could move on to something else, you know. So I'm not
Absolutely.
Not too sure about
Are you long term on the stocks that you're holding now? You're long term on those?
Well, like I said, I just started up, but yeah, I plan on holding them for a long time, like the Skechers and Mosaic.
Don't even worry about it, man, because inevitably, you know, whether those stocks fluctuate, if you're a long-term investor, those equities are actually worth more than the money in the bank. Because you can actually use those. Let's say you accumulate and you just don't even really worry about it. You're just kind of a long-term investor. You accumulate that one stock you were talking about. You accumulate Skechers, and then you don't even worry about it for a couple of years. You know, 2 or 3 years. Well, at some point you're going to accumulate so much equities that you can actually use that as collateral for a considerable move, whether that be a move to get a loan so that you can get a piece of real estate, or a loan that you can buy a business or get into business. You can get into business trading stocks, because believe it or not, that's a business also. Day trading is also a lucrative business. I mean, you know, just because, you know, stocks are up and down, long-term investment is where it's at. I mean, I try to encapsulate every aspect of investing, from day trading to, you know, people that hold stocks for a month, 2 months, make earnings plays, you know, that sort of thing, to long-term investment. Long-term investment is where it's at, man, and believe it or not, no matter what happens, as long as you hold on to those equities and you're going to be there for about 5 or 10 years, they're worth more than the money that's being printed right now, because believe it or not, a bank will talk to you a lot faster if you have equities to put forth as collateral, as opposed to actual money, as opposed to actual capital. It's really disgusting. It used to be the opposite, but this is America now.
Yeah, right. I hear that. It's pretty brutal out there. So
I tell you what, Future, if you want to look into something, this ETF, which trades just like a stock, the only difference is that it's like a manager managing the fund of the exchange traded fund. And they trade nothing but you know, specific sector-based equities or futures. It depends on the ETF that you get into. The only difference is it's not like a mutual fund. You can actually day trade these things. It's just like a stock. And right now, if you look at the news, crude is spiking. You know, in the Asian markets and the European markets. And I'm talking about sweet crude and Brent crude. So, you know, you want to get in on a short play, you know, OIL is a good short play to go to. It's just like $23 a stock, or an extra ETF, and the ETFs actually go with the rhythm of whatever's being traded. So if you go into an ETF that is exclusive in retail, well, this quarter would have been pretty good for you in returns as far as an ETF is concerned. Or you know, you go into an ETF that's based upon precious metals. You know, ETFs, it would have been pretty good for you at this point, because precious metals are going up. They're continuing to go up as far as I'm concerned. So just take a look at that, man. Maybe you can get yourself you know, a quick set of returns in the next month, and maybe be able to sell off and you know, take you and your lady out to, you know, get something to munch, man, and, you know, at a badass restaurant, and pop some bottles of some champagne and smoke an Opus X, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I definitely hear that, man. I definitely hear that. That's what I'm hoping for. So I'll definitely keep you, you know, up to date on everything and tell you how everything goes.
It's definitely a short play. I'm not in on this for the long term. Tomorrow, this particular ETF, as well as every other oil future, oil everything, is going to spike. You know, so you want to just hold on to it until you feel that the top is going to bottom out, and then just sell off and you know, reap the rewards and you know, go out and have a good time.
Definitely. Sounds good.
Hey, do you have a website or a blog or something, man?
No, I don't. I just got a Facebook. That's it.
Oh, well, you don't want too many losers, hooking up your Facebook. So here, I hear you. Anyway, man, I want to thank you, Future D&B, man. You're an avid listener, man. I want to appreciate your patronage and you listening, and you're a good guy, and keep on listening, man.
Definitely, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you very much, man. You take it easy. All right, and don't forget, hold on to that Skechers stock, man. It just had a bad quarter this particular quarter. I emailed their asses. According to them, they're doing some kind of crap with the restructuring of the inventory and globalizing the excessive inventory into emerging markets or some crap. So I don't think they're going anywhere. It's just one of those bad quarters. You know how it goes. All right, and who cares? If you're for the long term, those equities are worth more than money, man. As days go by, money ain't going to be worth dick. They're already talking about a government shutdown, folks. For you folks that aren't familiar with this, we're bitching and moaning. Our politicians are bitching and moaning, talking about how, some want to cut spending, some want to continue to spend, some want to do this, some want to play with their pecker, whatever, but they're not getting anything done, so they're going to shut down the government if we don't, have some kind of a agreement between the Republicans and Democrats. Here in the next week and a half, 2 weeks. The deadline to basically extend the limit of spending ends in 2 weeks. And the funny part about it is this week the senators and congressmen are on vacation. So when they come back next week, they're going to have 5 days to debate on whether or not they're going to extend the debt limit. It's disgraceful. The last time we had a government shutdown was in, 94, 95? When the Republicans at the time, during the Newt Gingrich Revolution, decided to, go ahead and call Clinton on his bluff, and they, shut down the government, and people were pissed. It basically just pissed everybody off, and, basically made the Republicans look like dog shit. Well, that's the same thing that's going to happen, folks. Same thing that's going to happen out here if we don't get something going on by these dumb bastards that's representing us in Washington. So, I don't even know what the hell's going to happen. These people, everything's going nuts. Everything's going crazy, for Christ's sake. It's pathetic. Here, let me take a drink of this. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take another, get another Negra. Get another Negra. Let's go ahead and crack it open. Yeah. And let me tell you, hopefully you have a libation. Hopefully you're kicking back drinking. Hopefully you're chilling with me. It's a day off. It's President's Day. You know what it's all about. Doing a barrel roll for President's Day up in here. Anyway, 646-652-4869 is the number to call here. I want to hear from you. There's not enough Milky Liquors calling. I guess everybody's scared. But there's no reason to be scared of Ghost here, There's no reason to be scared of Ghost. You can just call up and just, ask your question. You heard Future D&B. There's no reason to get all scared, man. I'm chilling like an insane villain, doing some communist killing for a living. Anyway, let me go ahead and take another email, okay? It says, how's it going, Ghost? I've been listening to your show, your live show, and all I can say is I'm enjoying what I'm hearing. I live in Scotland. Hey, I got some Scotland people. What's going on in Scotland? I live in Scotland, and to be honest, there are no jobs at the moment. Well, I believe you. Anyway, I think I may want to do one of those videos, but it seems unrealistic that there is almost no chance that it will hit any American mainstream media as it would be a UK video. Well, it doesn't really matter. If it gets media coverage in the UK, if it gets media coverage in Japan, I don't care where it does. All right? Just email me at ghostpolitics@yahoo.com to prove to me that it actually did some crap. And, I'll pay $200 to whoever's the best video. If there's more than 15 videos out and about posted beyond February 18th, I'll raise it to $500. All right? And what do you have to do? You have to make a viral video of the True Capitalist Radio Show. That's it. All right? Make it so viral that if you get media coverage, if the media somehow gets your video and, puts it on their airwaves, I will even put more money on top of that. All right? So go ahead, all right? $200 to anybody who can make a viral video. $500 if there is more than 15 videos posted beyond February 18th. And they got to be viral. They can't just have like, oh, look at me, I've got like 300 hits. 300 hits my ass. I'm talking about spreading the word about the True Capitalist Radio Show, you milky lickers. That's what I'm talking about. But I don't care what media it is. I don't care if it's mainstream American, UK, Japan, Chinese. I don't give a crap. All right? Just record it, put it on YouTube, and I'll see it for myself, and then I'll contact you, or you can contact me. Okay, it says, I'm 20 years of age, and I have had a few jobs in my time, but I would like to invest in the market. However, I do not have any capital. What would be the best way to make some capital? And also, I know very little about the UK market. Please reply with some information if you could help me out. Well, let me go ahead and elaborate on this. Now, I understand in Scotland it's a pretty precarious Fabian socialist-like situation, but there is still abilities to be able to make money. All right, this is how you make some capital. All right, you got to think about what you like to do. Okay. Secondly, you got to think about what you can do where you can produce something. You got to produce a product, especially in a socialist environment like Europe. You got to be able to produce something, because services and ideas like this, I mean, it's just not. You're not going to have very much success in Europe if you don't produce anything. And it means anything out of your mind. I don't want to spoon feed you what you should produce, because I mean, that's the whole game of capitalism, man. You got to figure out what it is people want in your area. You got to figure out what people want in your community and be able to give them that particular product and be able to deliver it at a premium price with good service. And if you do that, you can make some capital. It doesn't matter if you sell watermelons on the side of the goddamn road. It doesn't matter if you're, going out and cleaning enema bags for a living. It doesn't matter, just as long as you're getting paid to do it and saving capital. All right? I mean, saving capital is the name to do it. Hold on. I'm sick and tired of hearing this idiot Her. I got to kick his ass out of here. Get out of here, Her. You stupid imbecile. All right? Anyway, it doesn't matter what you're selling. It doesn't matter what you're selling. Just go out there and produce something. You know that Branson from Virgin Records, which ended up becoming, Virgin Airlines and Virgin Mobile and Virgin this and Virgin that. This individual actually started off by selling mixtapes in the 70s of, people's in his college, people's favorite artists. Mixtapes of everybody's favorite artists, and he started selling them out of his dormitory. All right? And that little operation turned into what is now Virgin Mobile. Now, I'm not saying that you should. You see, when I say stories like this, the simplistic mind makes people believe, oh, so all I got to do is just go out and just, no, you idiot. You got to innovate. You got to create. You got to think, for Christ's sake. That's what makes the capitalists capitalists. That's what makes the best capitalists who they are. You got to think, for Christ's sake. At the time, Branson saw a need. Branson saw an opportunity. Branson saw the idea of making mixtapes of artists, selling them on his college campus, making that capital and reinvesting it and flipping it. Do you understand? That's the way it is, folks. I mean, good God, man. I mean, is it this difficult, really? Huh? Is it really this difficult? Huh? You know what? Hold on. I'm getting sick and tired, of all these people talking garbage. Jabroni, go shove it up your ass, all right? Slim Snuggie, screw you, all right? Classic Sir 45, go shove it up your clogged up colon coal, all right? Bobo, screw you, all right? All right, who else? Who else wants some of this crap, all right? Screw yourself. Shove it up your ass, for Christ's sake. You got these people in here flapping their fat Dorito-stained fingers on the keyboard, talking all kinds of malarkey as if they've got something. They ain't got nothing. They've got nothing but some ridiculous, imbecilic, fat jelly-ass life. And you know what really sad about all this? You know what's really sad? What's really sad is that these individuals that are in here talking garbage, these individuals that are flapping their fat sausages of fingers on their keyboards, these are individuals with absolutely no life. I mean, you can just imagine. I wish I could, patch in a video, of their damn room, of their damn computer, of their damn site right now. If there was any way I could tap into where we can get a camera into these people's rooms, I guarantee you've got about 450 pounds of jelly ass, all right, sitting on a chair, all right, in front of some damn computer with a Mountain Dew in one hand and ho-hos in the other hand, sitting there saying, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and go to a True Catholic radio show and be some fat jelly ass. And this is America, folks. This is what we have out here, some fat losers that have no lives whatsoever. No lives, for Christ's sake. No lives. I mean, look at these people. They know I'm telling the truth. Why do you think that they're flapping their damn fingers so hard? They're like, damn, he's right. He's hit me right in the breadbasket. He's hit me right in the fat jelly-ass gut. I'm a fat bastard. I've got nothing. I'm a loser. Hey, Jabroni, you want to know why your bong is a Mountain Dew bottle? Because you're a loser, man. I mean, look at yourself in the mirror. And take a look at yourself in your eyes. I mean, you're probably fat. You got pimple-faced. You got, the disgusting growths on your skin. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, man, why did I get like this? Why did I do this? Why did I become some fat, gluttonous piece of crap when I don't even have money to, a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of? I mean, what the hell's going on here? It's sad, man. It really is sad. But, people like that, I pray to God every night. I'm like, God, please, for waste of human life like this, can you give these people, a tumor in the balls or, a tumor in the colon, cancer in the cockles, Straight up, cancer in the cockles is what I'd really like for these people that are sitting here, trying to flap their fat Cheeto-stained fingers on the keyboard talking malarkey against me, all right? I mean, give me a break. Let me take a drink of this beer here. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. 646-652-4869. All right? All right, hey, Jabroni, why don't you get on the phone and give me a call? We'd like to hear your little fruity-ass voice. Huh? We'd like to, Slim Snuggy. Oh, you asshole. Why don't you call me up? Let's hear the fruitness that's going to come out of that cum-gurgling voice of yours. I would love to hear the hype behind the type. You understand? I'd love to hear it. I would love to hear it. You wish you could drink on the job? Well, you know what, Classy Sir 45, if you could drink on the job, you would be as smart as I am, is not only drinking on the job, but this is tax write-off, baby. You know what I'm talking about? This is a tax write-off, man. I mean, I'm in my office. I pay for my office. I'm conducting this show in my office. I'm drinking in my office. I mean, you could sit here and say, I wish I could drink in my job. Well, why don't you create your job where you can drink at it, huh? Well, why don't you go out and buy a bar so you can be some drunkard out there like Billy Carter and drink your ass off while at the same time, selling other drunks their drinks. I mean, think about business. That's what it's all about. It's about business. Silly bastards. Here, let me take a drink of this. Yeah, it's a tax write-off, you dumb idiots. Do you understand that all the alcohol that I consume is housed in my office? So it's an office expense. I got a bar right here. Look, I got a bar full of crap. I mean, look at this bar. I mean, it's in my office. Look, here's a shaker. Shaker with all the trimmings here. It's a little metal shaker and all that crap. Here I've got my champagne glasses here. As you can see, my champagne glasses up in here. I've got bottles of, Macallan. I got bottles of Johnny Walker Blue. I got Special Reserve Crown Royal. I mean, do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, this is what I'm talking about. I got a refrigerator up in my place up in here. This is my office, man. It's a tax write-off, baby. Woo! That's what I'm saying, baby. That's what I'm talking about. And you losers, you know what you're doing? You're staying in Mammy's basement, thinking that Mammy's going to be able to continue to support your fat, flabby asses in the basement, sitting here trying to get lols at about 45 years old. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you're one of these kids, getting lols and you're like 18, 19, below 18 or 19, I get it. All right? I get it. Okay, you're a kid. You're innocent. There's not much social interaction for children anymore. I get it. You're up here, you're getting lols, all right? I get it, all right? But if you're one of these losers that are like 30, 45 years old, that were around in 4chan, was it 2003 or some crap? It's about time for you to grow the fuck up. Let's be honest with you. It's time for you to grow the hell up, for Christ's sake, you old pieces of trash. All right? I mean, all this stuff about computers. You know all this stuff. Hey, I know exactly where to go and do the... I know how to get free... I know how to... And yet, you don't utilize your ability so you can make money. You don't utilize your ability so that you can make some capital. You don't utilize your ability so you can create like an e-commerce store and, sell the garbage in your mama's basement. You don't utilize the skills that you got to be able to, open up some, third-rate eBay business and still be able to residually make about $3,000 a month. I mean, do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, people don't think this. They don't think this. All right? So give me a break. Take a chug of this beer here. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. All right. What was it? I work in my school to pay my career, motherfucker. That's from Osanha. That's what you're telling me? You folks have to be here in the chat room, folks. I'm here every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Central Time, and you should see these dumb, imbecilic ass clowns. I've got some idiot who doesn't even know how to spell career. He spelled it C-A-R-I-E-E-R. And he's claiming he's going to school. He's going to school to learn how to get some edumacation. Do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, this is why I tell you kids that are listening, that are still in high school, don't go to college. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Shanha over here is he's in college. He's admitted that he's in the dorm right now, and he can't even spell the word career. I mean, do you understand how stupid these people are in college? Why even go? Why even go to college then, man? Why even put yourself $40,000 or $50,000 in debt if you can't even spell? I mean, good God, man. Jesus Christ. I mean... What's happened to this country, for Christ's sake, where we got college kids can't even spell a goddamn sentence, for Christ's sake? There's such a thing as a word processor, you asshole. I mean, if you're one of these, dyslexic, half-a-tard, autistic, can't spell worth of crap, even if the word was right in front of you, asshole, why don't you get your little word processor out, type in the sentence, run a spell check, and then cut and paste it on the goddamn chat room so you wouldn't look like such an obnoxious jag-off sitting here claiming that you're from college when you're sitting here misspelling words that fifth graders should be able to learn. Don't you know that fifth graders, they have something called Career Day? Career Day? So they've been exposed to the word career many, many times in 4th and 5th grade. Here you are in college. You're sitting here spelling the word career as if it was Carrier air conditioning. I mean, you're stupid. I mean, this is what makes me sick about this country, man. It's stupid. Good God. You're Mexican. Well, duh, all right? Duh, you're Mexican, all right? I could tell that from a mile away, for Christ's sake. Oh, we got people calling. People finally got balls all of a sudden, huh? People finally got themselves a pair of nut sacks, huh? Let's go ahead and take some calls here. 646-652-4869. 414, you're on the air.
Hey, I think you're a piece of shit, and I'm on unemployment for 49 weeks, and I got 51 left to go. So
you sound like a white piece of trailer park trash that can't even sputter out a sentence fragments. You know, weren't you the idiots that called up a little while ago saying, "Hey, are you jelly?" You stupid sentence fragment written unemployment collect check wearing freak. You're probably some fat moose, you know, sitting back eating, you know, dollar menus on the government cheese pay grade and thinking you're living such a great life. I mean, it's not the fact that the po in America are po. It's not the fact that they're mooching pieces of trash. It's the fact that their minds are so simplistic that they actually believe they're living a good life. That's what really pisses me off. You know what I'm saying? You know, that their minds are so simplistic and pathetic, and their integrity has been flushed down the toilet to the point where they have no shame. You could probably catch them smoking on a, you know, flute whistle, you know, on a flesh flute whistle, you know, on the back of a damn dumpster, and they wouldn't care. You know, these are the same people that could probably get, you know, videotaped getting, you know, anal raped, and they don't matter. It doesn't matter to them. If they get more hits, they're more popular. You know. I mean, it's pretty sad. You know, it's pretty sad. Hey, Jabroni, if your life is so great, what are you doing here, there, Jabroni? Huh? What are you doing here? I'll tell you what you're doing here. You have no life. You're agitating. As a matter of fact, go join her and go talk about you know, Dungeons and Dragons. You know, go talk about how. Oh yeah, you know that. I don't even know the Dungeons and Dragon lingo to even emulate it. For Christ's sake, I don't even know how to imitate a Dungeons and Dragons dork. Are you kidding me? What the hell y'all do? I mean, I've seen these stupid little, you know, things going on in public, like fast food joints. You know, these losers that are sitting back with cards, and they're like, "Okay, I just came across the dragon with the big fat fangs, and he's got the magical ability to turn your prick into some kind of an." I mean, give me a break, man. Good God. 646-652-4869. Let's take some more callers here. 389, you're on the air.
You jelly?
Hey, there you go.
Are you jelly?
Yeah, hey, what's up? What's your excuse?
I'm on unemployment, and you're jelly.
Really? And then you hang up. That's it. I'm on unemployment. You're jelly. You know, this is it right here, man. And we wonder why, you know, fruit bowls like Daniel Tosh are popular on the Comedy Central. You know, when we got dry-witted humor jerkasses like this. You know, then we wonder why, you know, fat jelly-ass pieces of dry-witted crap like Jonah Hill are being shoved down our hole, because this is the American youth right here that actually believes that this kind of crap is funny. You know, I mean, this is why we have like Seth Green, you know, shoved down our throats because, oh look, I'm a dry-witted humorist. You know, hey, look at me, I'm Conan O'Brien and I can make dry-witted humor. Yay! I mean, give me a break. You should all be fucking ashamed of yourselves, I mean, straight up. You should all be ashamed of yourselves, man. I mean, but you don't. That's the bad part about America. We have no shame anymore. You know, what's sad and what gets me upset is that all these revolutions, like especially like in Egypt and Bahrain and Libya, you know, these subterranean shitholes in the desert, you know, even they have more integrity than you pieces of crap in America that are sitting here just thinking that life is going to go great because Mammy's going to continue to keep you in her basement. You know, that life's going to go great because you get a disability check for, you know, fibromyalgia. You know, or you get a disability check for what the hell? Whatever. There's stupid, dumbass ailments like bipolar disorder and crap. It's a disgrace, man. This is it right here. This is why I'm championing the Iranian revolution, the Chinese revolution, the Libyan revolution. I mean, these people are willing to die for their liberty. They have self-respect. They have integrity. They don't want to sit here and continue to, be, subjects to a goddamn authoritarian or totalitarian regime. They're willing to die for what they believe in. What are you doing? You're not doing anything. You're a waste of human life. All you people that are sitting here talking garbage to me, if you died tomorrow, the only people that would care are your stupid freaking parents. And nobody really cares about your parents anyway. So, those two people would be the only people that would remember your sorry ass after you croak. But if I died or a capitalist died, you know what would happen? People would be concerned. People would worry. I mean, if their jobs were going to be there tomorrow, people would, be of genuine concern. I mean, what are you guys doing? You're doing nothing. I mean, this is what's sad about everything. This is what's sad. There's no integrity whatsoever, man. No type of integrity. So that's what I'm saying. For all you folks that are looking in and listening in on this crap, don't be a part of this. Don't be a part of this disgusting, despicable display of shamelessness. Because that's what it is. It's just an utter, disgusting display of shamelessness. It's just shameless. Utter shamelessness. And Slim Thuggy, if that puts you, Slim Snuggy, whatever your fruity ass name is, if that puts you asleep at night to think that no one would care if I die, well, great. But you see, that's not the facts. The fact is that if there was anything that happened to me, people would be concerned if they would have a job the next day. People's livelihoods depend on my existence. What do they depend on you? Nobody depends on you for anything. On the contrary, I'm willing to bet my life that all you idiots that are flapping your fat, disgusting fingers on the keyboard, talking garbage to me, I'm willing to bet my life that you're nothing but a detriment to your brood, that you're just an obstacle in the success of your family. And if you happen to be, out of your mommy's basement, the woman in your household is the one that wears the pants. They're the ones that make the money. And it's a disgrace, man. This is how shameless this society has turned into. A bunch of disgusting, despicable, no kind of integrity having pieces of crap. It's really, really sad. It's horrible. As a matter of fact, Slim Snuggy, why don't you go, piss off, all right? Bye. Bye, Slim Snuggy, bye. Oh, look at him. Oh, look, you lose. I got a great life. I mean, if you have such a great life and I'm such a loser, why are you spending so much time with a loser, man? You're giving me, more ratings, for Christ's sake. You want to know why? Because you are a loser, man. You want to know why I do this program? Because I want more capitalists. I'm sick of looking at losers in America. All right? I'm sick of walking to the goddamn store and seeing these pieces of shit in the goddamn store with their stupid kids, with their shit-stained diapers, and their goddamn, frayed-out shorts and shit-stained shirts. I'm sick and tired of seeing their sour scowls in the supermarkets when they have nothing to bitch about. I'm sick and tired of seeing people in the streets pissing and moaning that, oh, my life sucks and it's not fair and it's not this, it's not that, when you should take personal responsibility for your actions, but nobody does. Nobody takes personal responsibility for their actions any longer except for these assholes that are going to sit here and take responsibility for their screw-ups so they can get more money from the government, so they can get more money from Mammy, so they can get more money from anybody who gives them the compassion. That's why I'm telling every true capitalist out there, don't hold any compassion for any of these losers in America. Why do you think Oprah doesn't waste her billions on the so-called ghetto po in America? Huh? Why do you think that she spent her money out there in Africa trying to save African people? Because she knows that they don't got a goddamn pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, son. Do you understand that? There's not a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. And why exactly would Oprah invest in America when there's opportunity in America? It's just that you don't want to seize it. It's easy for you to be a loser. It's easy for you to be some computer jag-off that's fattening yourself up to some unattractive human shit and piss factory when you don't even have to do that. You don't have to do that at all. You can become a capitalist. It's so easy to become a capitalist. You know what you have to do? Have some self-respect. Have some integrity. Understand that, you know what, I don't need to continue to have things spoon-fed to me by my mammy or the government. I'm going to go out and continue to do something on my own. Failure or success, it doesn't matter. I'm a capitalist, damn it. I'm the one with the balls. I'm not like these stupid losers that are going to sit here and blame everybody for their bad excuses and their bad lives. All right? We're in control of our destiny. All right? We're in control of our world. And if you want to be in control of your world, well, then you better become a capitalist, or you're going to be begging for bread like all these pathetic, disgusting wastes of human life that are out here trying to sit here and say, oh, you know what? You have to feed me. You have to feed me because I'm here. You have to feed me because I'm here, and even though I'm not going to do anything, even though I'm not going to contribute anything to the society, even though all I'm going to do is bitch and moan and add obstacles to human potential, you still got to deal with us. You still got to deal with us, baby. You still got to feed us. You still got to clothe us. Well, that's crap. That is unbelievable crap. Just because you're alive, you piece of crap, doesn't mean that anyone, and I mean anyone, is obligated to feed, support, clothe, or do anything for your sorry ass. And the sooner people start realizing that, the better off not only America, but the entire world's going to be. You understand what I'm saying? God damn, it's pissing me off. It pisses me off, man. It pisses me off because I knew that we were the bastions of capitalism. We were the bastions of liberty. We were the bastions of freedom. Now we've become the bastards. We've become the bastards. Don't you understand that? It makes me sick. It makes me sick. It makes me want to throw a goddamn chair out the window. That's what it makes me want to do. It makes me want to break things. It makes me want to just destroy something because I cannot believe that the people out here in America are so shameless and ridiculous and pathetic and so dependent on the damn government to give them everything from their house, their car, their job, their wife, their goldfish. It's sick. It's absolutely damn sick. And when exactly are you people going to get shame? I have no idea. But you better get it soon. You better get it soon, because let me tell you something. The taxpayer is under its moral right to be able to start taking out all the money that these tax moochers have been taking out of the system. The taxpayer is within his moral right and are justified to take it out of these people's asses. What I'm saying is, why don't we, think about making these people pay us back? I'm talking about the moochers that are out here, raising 3 or 4 generations of families that are contributing nothing other than taking from the system and they're taking perfectly good food and turning it into shit. That's what they're doing. That's their contribution to society, taking perfectly good food and turning it into shit. That's it. I'm saying, why don't we get our money back from these people as the taxpayer? Why don't we get our money back from these people and put them in some labor camps, or force them to mow our lawns or clean the graffiti, or clean the streets? Why don't we force these people to do it? Because we are morally justified. We have given them everything. Don't you understand that? You pieces of crap. Anyway, I'm going to take a break, you pieces of crap. I'm going to take a break because I'm sick, I'm tired, and it just makes me just ill to my stomach that all you people could care less. You could care less. But this goes out to a warning to all the revolutions that are happening throughout the world. I'm talking about Iran. I'm talking about China. I'm talking about Libya. I'm talking about Bahrain. I'm talking about Morocco. I'm talking about all the revolutions that are happening right now. You got to look at the American model. You got to look at what happens when you take care of every stupid, despicable human being, even though they're a detriment, even though they make no contribution. Take a look at what's happened. Take a look at what happened to America. And when this happens, and people start exploiting the taxpayer, when they start exploiting the taxpayer, you need to say, stop! Don't tread on me, you piece of shit. Don't tread on me. Do you understand that? Don't tread on me.
You're listening to Ghost on True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
Yeah, I'm back. I mean, I just had to settle down for a second there, folks. I mean, I'm getting a little haywire, you know. Whew. Hey, let me tell you, I'm sweating like a goddamn fat ass in a damn Slim Fast convention. Whew. That's because I'm pissed off, man. That was a little bit of Metallica. For all you folks that didn't know the tune, it was Metallica, Don't Tread on Me. And that's what I'm telling all the revolutions that are happening today. Remember that a side effect of having liberty and having capitalism and having compassion for people is this that's happened here to America. This idea that we have to help every single waste of human life. We have to just help them because, they exist and we got to deal with them. Bull crap. Bull freaking crap. You get what you get. That's what I say. You don't get what you deserve, you get what you get. How about that? Let me go ahead and take some calls here. 646-652-4869. Let's go ahead and take some calls. Super Rez, are you there? Oh, you piece of crap. Get that here. Get him off. You don't ever play the goddamn Soviet Union national anthem on the True Capitalist Radio program, you communist agitating piece of Vladimir Lenin flesh flute playing piece of commie crap. I mean, how dare you sit here and besmirch the credibility of the True Capitalist Radio program by playing the Soviet Union national anthem, you stupid communist jerk. I mean, don't you idiots remember? Let's take a little trip back down memory lane, back when Soviet Russia was around. While people in Russia were begging for bread in bread lines, the communist government was partaking itself in its own hidden stores that were hidden in random parts of Russia, consuming in Western goods, the same Western goods that they were at war against, even though the whole country was forced to go out and basically cut pieces of bread in half and feed their whole families on that. You know that, but you know what? The communist government, what do? They're doing what China's doing. They try to become capitalist while not being capitalist. It's a disgrace. And anybody who thinks that is a good way, that is a good collective model, you're an idiot. You're in political romance. You believe that you're going to go out and be able to live doing nothing. And there is no model where that exists, you stupid losers. I know you think that communism and socialism is a recipe to just kind of chill out and not do a goddamn thing for the rest of your life. That's false. That's false. The basis of communism is what? It's work. Do you think that Karl Marx, if he were alive today, do you think that he'd be happy with the disgraceful, disgusting interpretation of what he attempted to do in 1840, whatever the hell it was? I mean, do you honestly think that he'd be happy with the Soviet model and the Chinese model and the Vietnam model? I mean, the South American models? No. Because they're hypocritical. Instead of taking out bourgeoisie liberalism and bourgeoisie society and capitalism, instead of taking that out, instead of taking out elitism, they created the elitist at the bureaucratic level. So for you to sit here and still tout this Marxist nonsense, you don't even know your own goddamn ideology, you pieces of garbage. I mean, what was the foundation of Marxist ideology? What was the basis of it? Work. And you idiots don't want to work. You just want to sit on your fat asses and turn perfectly good food into shit. That's what you people want to do. You want to sit back and watch Maury Povich and, I'm your baby daddy, crap. That's what you want to do. You don't want to do anything else. Anything. Anyway, please bookmark or add to your favorites the True Capitalist blog. That's ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. That's ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. All right, spread it around like wildfire. We're going to take some calls right now. 646-652-4869. There's another idiot. Let me hang him up. Goku, what's going on, Goku?
Hey, what's up, Ghost? Nothing much.
I mean, are you hearing this crap? I mean, are you seeing these, mouth breathers that are in the chat room trying to flap their fat sausages of fingers on the keyboard, trying to besmirch the integrity of this program? It's disgusting.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. I've been seeing it this whole time. Sorry, guys, I'm a little under the weather here.
Hey, I'm starting to get that way, but, I'm starting to drink, and it's kind of wearing away the sickness there. I was getting sick this morning because of all the weather that's just kind of going back and forth. It's cold, it's a little warm, it's cold again. Well, now I've been, chugging beers. It's Grandpa's old cough medicine, and I feel great now. It's just completely gone at this point in time.
Yeah, how you talk about shameless. Well, I see it all the time in my school. There's kids who have their pants sag to their knees, wobbling like penguins, for crying out loud. You have kids who,
Well, what's sad about it, Goku, is that what that signifies in prison. A lot of these people that try to sag their pants, they try to do it in some sort of thuggish fashion or in some sort of gangsterish fashion. But if they were really up on to their gangster and prison lifestyle, they'd realize that wearing your pants low in prison means that you're a bitch and that you take it in the pooper. That's what it means.
Yeah, I know that, but they don't know that though. It's in my school. They don't know that. They think it's cool and everyone else is doing it, so I'll do it too because I'm in the cool crowd. Yeah. It's
stupid. And not only that, what's really sad about high school is that all those kids that are in that high school believe that social environment that's it. That's their life. They don't believe that there's a future after that. That's why I think public education is so harsh to kids, because they throw everyone. It's public education. That means anybody in the public can go there. That means a kid of a crack addict. That means a kid that was in the womb during the time mom was partying out there in the club and getting gangbanged and chugging beers and all this other crap. You can tell when a kid has been screwed with in the womb, and there's a lot of them out here. That's why you're starting to see a lot of this so-called autism, quote-unquote autism, being diagnosed. And I don't believe in it. I don't believe autism whatsoever. I think it's just an inflated, disgusting interpretation of certain mental deficiencies that are justified by the psychiatric community so they can dispense more and more drugs, so they can turn our damn population into a bunch of zombies. That's my personal opinion. Anytime there's a problem with a kid, it's like, oh, he needs Ritalin. Oh, he needs Zoloft. Oh, he needs this. Oh, he needs that, turning our kids into a bunch of damn zombies, and it's a disgrace. All right? I was recently lucky enough to go to a event that honored a group of, because you know how I like retards, right, Goku?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that everybody should be retarded, really. I think retarded people are the most sacred, sentimental people. They don't ever complain about anything. They're happy. I employ one. He cleans the crapper, he cleans the floors, he takes out the trash. He loves it. He loves going to work every day. He feels lucky that he's in a social environment that appreciates his work ethic and his values. And they're just the most heartfelt people in the world. I just love retards, right? So, anyway, I went to an event that was honoring, which I thought were retards. I figured it was, Asperger's. I thought it was another, another label for retards. So I went to this event because I was invited by a few people. I went out to it, and I started talking to these kids that had Asperger's, and are you kidding me? These kids aren't retarded. These kids are geniuses. I've never talked to a group of children that appreciated some of the most simplistic views in life. Some of the ways that they projected their feelings and their views of what they were interpreting and what they were witnessing and how they were feeling was just unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. And these are supposed to be the retarded kids? You know, I mean, Asperger kids are supposed to be retarded. These kids are geniuses. I mean, I could only hope that more children were embracing of appreciating the daylight in the sky and appreciating the nature of natural occurrence. I mean, it was just unbelievable talking to these Asperger kids. And let me tell you something, I just think it's sick. That's why when I hear autism and all these other variants of child ailments that are supposed to be affecting the neurological area, I think it's just crap. I think it's utter crap. And as a matter of fact, I wish if there was something I could do to make more retards out in the world, I would do it.
So, hey, Ghost, you don't believe that they have autism and all this other stuff? Like, you don't believe it?
Well, look, I've actually met some kids with autism. They look perfectly fine. But because they don't like to go and talk to groups or, you know, they don't like to be around people or something, they label them autistic. I think that's nonsense. Now, I think that you're either retarded or mentally handicapped or you're not. That's just all there is to it. I mean, okay, so there's kids that look normal, but they're a little slow. So they're slow. I mean, that's just all there is. They're not going to meet up to the potential of everybody else. Why you got to label them as like some other label? They're just slow. I mean, they can still go out there and flip a burger. They can go out there and tear some tickets at a movie theater. They can still go out there and do this stuff. I mean, I don't understand why we got to label these kids under this ridiculous label and then pop all this medication in their body and they become walking zombies. And then we wonder why these kids are flipping out, you know, killing people in the middle of shopping malls and, you know, shooting themselves and, you know, going on campus and going ballistic. I mean, I think there's a big correlation with, you know, the diagnosis of this pseudoscience called psychiatry and psychology and, you know, the medications that are dispensed by these mad scientists and the kids and everybody who's going apeshit in today's America. I think there's a direct correlation between that.
Yeah. Hey, can I get away from the subject really quick? I was thinking about opening up, getting in investing stocks. What's the best website you think I should use?
Well, you know, I mean, I would try them all out. Of course, I've got a sponsor on, you know, my website there, blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And, you know, they're actually giving out 250 trades. I don't want to name them on the air because they didn't pay for airtime, but you can click them. And if you don't like them, just check out everybody. You know, make sure you get the best, you know, the best commission, you know, because people charge a lot. I mean, there's some people that charge up to $40 a trade, some people that charge as low as $4.95 a trade. But you also have to look in what you're getting. If you're just going to trade and you're using other third-party, you know, pieces of software to look at your stocks and to glance at the market and be able to observe the market, well then, yeah, I would go for the cheaper end commissions like $4.95. But if you need the help, if you need software, if you need, you know, stock trackers, you don't have this stuff, and they need to be up to the second, then you would, you know, want to go into the other arenas of trading brokerage firms that would not only enable you to trade a stock and keep you up to the second on trading, but give you other options to track trends and to track volume and to track. I mean, there's a lot of things that you need as a trader who's going to be active that would enable you to be able to justify high commissions on a stock trade. But if you feel that you know what you're doing and you feel that you know, all you need is just the ability to execute a trade, well then there's these you know, trade brokerage firms that only charge like $4.95, $3.95 a trade. So it just depends on how much you're going to invest, you know, how much you know, you're going to put into the brokerage account, whether you're going long term, whether you're going short term, a bunch of different factors. But if you're just kind of setting aside money every month and throwing it into a brokerage account, I think that there's some banking institutions that'll actually, you know, be fairly well. Like if you put your money in a bank and you save your money in a savings account and you take $200 a month from that savings account into a brokerage account, these big firms like Bank of America and Citigroup and all these other big-time, you know, Chase Manhattan, these kinds of big banking institutions actually have an offshoot subsidiary that'll actually trade your stocks for you. And, of course, it'll be a little bit higher of a commission. But if you're only setting aside $200 a month, what the hell? It doesn't really matter. You know what you're going to trade. You know what you want. You know that you're going to be in for the long term, and that would be the best way to go about it. But if you're going to be an active trader, if you're going to be somebody who's going to respond to news or going to try to take plays on earnings, you want to get a brokerage account so you can instantaneously react.
Hey, thanks, Ghost. Thanks for the information.
No problem, man. Hey, do you have a blog yet, Goku?
Yeah, I got it started, but there's nothing on it yet.
All right, well, let everybody know about it. Maybe you can write something tonight or tomorrow or something like that, man.
All right, it's what is it? It's Goku93.blogspot.com.
Well, cool, man, and I hope people go and visit at Goku, and be sure to write some cool stuff, man, whatever you feel like. That's what's a beautiful part about the Internet. People actually want to know your perspective on here as much as they think that they don't. I mean, if they don't, you wouldn't have dumbass Huffington Post selling for $315 million, you know?
Yeah. Hey, this kid, Cyrano, I don't know who the hell he is, but he said, tell Ghost I said thanks. I don't know.
Oh, okay, cool, man.
Hey, you gonna call any more people from Wisconsin? That was hilarious when you called that one lady.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. We'll see what happens throughout the show. But the thing is that I was a little taken back that right after the show somebody posted a video and put it on YouTube, and it's gotten a lot of negative reaction. A lot of people hating the Ghost Man because I'm a bad man now because I told some union bimbo that she was a bimbo and all that other crap. But we'll see what happens, Goku, man.
Hey, you got to tell them the truth. That's what you got to tell them.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I keep saying. But these people, they don't want to hear it. They just don't want to hear it.
Hey, I'm gonna let you go and take some more callers. All
right, Goku, man. Thanks for calling up, bro.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, man. You take it easy. That was Goku, avid listener. A young teenager, trying to get a grasp on the capitalist perspective. Trying to sharpen his investor idealism and trying to get strategies and that sort of thing, and that's the way it should be. Let's take some more callers, shall we? We got Pineapple Meister on the line. Pineapple Meister, are you there?
Nobody cares anymore. Nobody cares anymore. I don't know if I'm on the air. Am I on the air? Catch my breath. I can't catch my breath.
All right, that's enough, Pineapple Meister. All right, we get it. All right, you found one of those YouTube videos of me that are posted, and you think it's a big crack. I mean, when I made that speech and I was going a little ballistic at that time there, Pineapple Meister, I was really serious about my country. I was really serious about the conservative movement, and I really don't appreciate you calling me up and playing it and trying to make me look like some incompetent jerk. I really don't appreciate it whatsoever. All right, Pineapple Meister, you milky liquor. All right, 408, you're on the air. You there?
What's up, Ghost? It's Goofy Bone.
Hey, what's up, Goofy Bone? What's going on, man?
Hey, man, I just wanted to yell at these stupid-ass kids in the chat room that don't understand by playing around, they're not making money. They want to sit around and type their dirty fingers on the keyboard, typing whatever, ruining your chat room like this stupid Kaza00 writing raw all day. You know what, Ghost? I'm going to be honest with you, Ghost. Ever since I've listened to you, I've made nothing but money. And I'm dead serious. Nothing but capital. I'm over here up because I've listened to the True Capitalist Radio. And what pisses me off is these little pieces of shit, and yes, they are pieces of shit that need to be flushed down the toilet with their free entitlements and all their free handouts. I'm going to the church and getting some cereal with some free bread and all that. Fuck that shit. Get off your ass and work. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
I've been working all my life, Ghost, and yeah, I'm a gang member. I grew up out here in Northern California. But you know what? The gangs don't pay you, Ghost. You got to pay yourself.
That's
in order
right,
to
man.
live this life, you gotta capitalize. You gotta say, fuck everybody else. I'm capitalizing. I'm gaining more a better prosper life than these other fucking people are. But it just pisses me off, Ghost, because I'm sitting back drinking a nice good Tecate beer, rolling a nice fat blunt, listening to you, Ghost. And these fucking idiots have the nerve to piss you the fuck off, Ghost.
You know what? That's just the way it is, man. These people are losers. I mean, they don't even want to try. That's what's sad about our country. We have opportunity everywhere, and they don't even want to try. They're so good. They think it's so great living in Mammy's basement or mooching off of some, fat, ugly chick or whatever the hell they're doing. They don't even want to try. They're shameless pieces of waste of human life that I don't even understand why our government and our tax dollars are supporting these pieces of trash, really.
To be honest with you, I think they're supporting them because they need that 1% of America to vote for the dumb shit that says he's going to change this world, which he ain't going to change nothing. I don't care what president you put in there. You're not going to change nothing. That's why you got to become a capitalist. America doesn't give a damn about you, so why should you give a damn about America? Only use it
That's
for
what
what
I'm
it's
saying.
good for.
I mean, it's all about capitalism is right. A capitalist can capitalize in any government. It doesn't matter. I mean, if necessary, capitalists will go underground. Capitalists will do whatever it takes. It doesn't matter if it's a damn authoritarian government, a totalitarian government, a socialist government, a communist government. We'll find a way to make capital, and we'll make it work. And you know what? If the communist governments put us in prison like those goddamn Cubans did to the capitalists after Castro took over the damn Cuban region there, well, so be it. I'm willing to die for capitalism. Are you kidding me? I'm not going to sit here and justify living in squalor when I don't have to. I'm not going to justify eating gruel because I have to. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to sit there and live it up and do whatever it takes to live it up, man. We've got opportunity here in America, and these people, all they want to do is piss and moan. Piss and moan. That's all we have here in America.
And what do they get out of pissing and moaning? Nothing. What they should be doing is thinking of ways of the future. Because when I was young, I didn't think about my future. I didn't care. I thought, oh, whatever. But then now I see this government, the way they're outdoing us, the way they're using our money, my Social Security money, so they could go ram a missile up somebody's fucking ass. You know what I mean? It pisses me off. And I thank God
it should piss you off
of capitalism, because people need to realize if you're going to gain something in this United States of America, you need money. And in order to get that money, you need to be a capitalist. And I don't care what you're saying. If you're a capitalist, you can capitalize on anything. You're a capitalist, you can have money. And so when everybody's broke and poor and crying out of their fucking little teeth, you're sitting there with all the money saying, fuck you people, I have it, you don't. Eat shit. Go to your government and cry for it.
That's what I'm talking about. Go to your government and cry for it is right. And you know what they'll do, though, Goofy? They're gonna try to put you as a poster child of greed and anguish and despair. They're gonna make you the reason that their problems are so big. This is what the biggest threat to capitalists are today, is the fact that these losers, because there's more losers than us capitalists, man. Remember that. I mean, there are a lot of losers in this world. 7.5 billion people. I'm willing to bet at least 85-90% of them are complete and utter crap. All right? And the only reason I say that is because not everybody can understand and interpret the capitalist model like you're interpreting. You know what it's all about. Man, and what's sad is that you had to live life the way you had to do with going into gangs and, probably having a bunch of turbulent things happen in your life to realize that, man, it's all about the money, man. Screw political philosophies. screw cultures and nationalism and all this other idealism that does nothing but separate us. It screws up countries. It screws up people. Why don't we all just become capitalists and everything will be okay? I honestly believe that if we all lived in a pure capitalist society, even the freaking bums would be making money. You know, I mean, serious money. I mean, even the assholes that just wanted to go, stay underneath the underpasses and drink 40 ounces all day, even they would be making money because everybody has money to throw. I mean, you should see it out here in Austin, Texas. I mean, the average median income is like $85,000. Everybody's got capital, and what do we have? We have a homeless problem. Why do we have a homeless problem? Well, I'll tell you why we have a homeless problem. Not because people in Austin are homeless. It's because homeless people are getting on their nearest train boxcar and coming into Austin because they know that people in Austin got serious capital. They got serious money. And if you approach 1,000 people in Austin, and if only 50 of them say, okay, here you go, they give you $1 or $2, that's serious money. $2 times 50, that's serious fucking capital. Excuse my French.
It is, though, and most of these people don't realize that, okay, if you give this guy $1, how many other people are giving this guy $1? By the end of the day, this guy's making $100 a day. Doing what? Nothing. And then he's spending this on stupid, idiotic things like beer and drugs and crack or whatnot, when he could put half of that money aside, say, hey, I want to make this money grow. Put it aside so whatever you make during the day, half of that every day.
Oh, hold on. I got to stop you. There's some idiot in here named Sinex trying to say, oh, yeah, $100, serious capital. Hey, that's $100 in untaxed bills, you stupid asshole. I mean, people are working 8 hours a day just to take home $60 after taxes. And this idiot, Sinex, has the audacity to sit here and make a goddamn little sarcastic remark as if $100 in cash isn't good capital. Man, you see, this is how ungrateful we are here in America. A bunch of disgusting, despicable, ungrateful pricks. I mean, I spit on that. That's why I don't care about the poor in America. I don't care about the poor in America, for Christ's sake. If the poor in America looked like Steve Jobs does today, then I would probably give two rat's asses, but they don't. You know what they look like? They look like Precious. You remember Precious? Yeah, I'm Precious, baby. That's what they're looking like.
Stealing my chicken, baby. I need my chicken, baby.
I'm glad you brought that up, man, because I blogged about that. Not only did I blog about that, I talked about that on the air when Precious was nominated for a goddamn Oscar. That Hollywood is the biggest racist. You know, Hollywood actually put that stupid, dumbass Precious movie and actually had that character in that movie do a chicken run. And people thought I was being racist. They thought I was, some kind of a grand dragon. And I posted the actual clip on my blog, and people couldn't believe it.
You know what, Ghost? What pisses me off is that the American, whatever award that she won, what she win, an Oscar or
she won like a Golden Globe or an Oscar, some kind of crap like that.
You know, America cares about the po in America when you have this fat piece of shit, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it. To me, that's a fat piece of shit, because if she did care, if she would have left her mom, she would have went another way. But no, she wanted to sit on her fat ass and act like her mom's gonna pull a rabbit out of her ass and things are gonna fucking change and a miracle's gonna happen. But no, I'm sorry. No. Just
you're
stop
being
right
real,
there.
man.
I am. I'm being real, and it's not being racist. It's being a realist. Like you always say, you have to be a realist to show these people this is what's really going on out here. Now, you know, the fat girl with the chicken run, yeah, that's going on out here. But see, the fat girl, if she was smart and she would have got a bunch of friends together, say, hey, give me $5 for chicken, and then she went for the chicken run, they would have all been eating the chicken, and she would have capitalized on her friends by getting some free chicken, if she would have thought. But no.
Man, they don't think, man. They don't think.
But anyways, Ghost, I don't want to take no more of your time. I just want to say capitalize forever, brother. And
I hear you, Goofy, man, and I hope you keep on making profits. Hey, watch out for this week in the equities market, man. You're gonna see some sell-offs. So if you got some stocks and you want to sell them off, before the retraction happens, go ahead, because what I said in the beginning of the show is that equities are going to take a dive a little bit. Now they're not going to go down that dramatically, but you're going to see a sell-off tomorrow because of the destabilization in the Middle East. And what people are going to put their money in is in commodities and oil. Crude oil has spiked dramatically. Crude oil has spiked dramatically in the Asian and European markets this past Monday, and I just added an ETF symbol OIL into the portfolio because I'm speculating that we're going to continue to see these spikes because the whole Middle East is under unrest. The crude is going to spike just like I speculated, just like I had prognosticated several weeks ago, and this is the time to capitalize on some short plays for oil, man. So if you want, take advantage.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that. So what should I do? Should I buy some, like cut half of like one of my stocks and then throw it all in oil? Because I've seen it starting to rise. It rose like 55 cents within the last 2 weeks. So it's like.
Well, in the Asian markets, sweet crude is raised $1.50 or $2 in the Asian and European markets. So it's even going to raise even higher when the day opens tomorrow. In my personal opinion, I mean, futures and those types of things, I mean, you got to be a sophisticated investor to really understand how to trade those things, and it's a long, drawn-out process, and I don't really want to explain it, but an ETF, which is an exchange-traded fund, which is much like a mutual fund, the only difference is that this little ETF can be traded like a stock. It's considered an equity. So that you can actually day trade these things, unlike mutual funds that are, you have to trade them at the end of the day's trading. You can actually trade these as a stock. What these ETFs do, they actually are geared towards certain sectors, and there's a lot of them out there. You can do your own research. Me personally, I found one that was pretty low. Oil is the symbol OIL. It's at like 23.89 at this point in time. If you look at the 3 or 4 year chart on that particular ETF was up to at least $89 a stock. What was it, 2 or 3 years ago? And now that oil kind of took a dive, it's kind of leveled out at about $23 an ETF. But I believe that tomorrow is going to spike that, and because these ETFs are based upon whatever sector they're trading. It's like a mutual fund manager taking the money that you invest. Let's say you purchased 1,000 ETF shares. Well, there's a fund manager trading exclusively nothing but futures, oil, crude oil, or if you get one for real estate, they do nothing but trade real estate stocks. Or if you get one that's just commodities based on gold, they trade nothing but gold futures, that sort of thing. So it kind of puts you into the profit area in certain speculations without actually having to conduct yourself in the futures trading and option speculations and that sort of thing. So it's a pretty easy way to be able to capitalize off of certain plays like a spike in oil or gold.
So that's oil on the New York Stock Exchange. That's OIL.
Yeah, OIL, and it's an ETF. Okay. Like I said, what's going to happen is when crude spikes, that particular ETF is going to spike. And the reason is because whoever's in control of that ETF is trading nothing but oil futures and oil stocks. And they're capitalizing on the gains that are going to happen. Believe me, tomorrow there's going to be major gains. I mean, the indicators have already showed us that in the Asian and European markets, the crude oil is spiking, and it's spiking hard. So, you want to be able to at least get in early morning trading tomorrow if you can get up. If not, maybe at 9 o'clock, get in on on that ETF and see what happens. I think that I'm short on it. I'm not long on it. But I'm thinking at least a month or two we'll see at least $10, $15 minimum increase on that.
Okay, well, thank you, Ghost. Like I said, I appreciate everything you've done. And to all those idiots out there, I've made money just by sitting here listening to the True Capitalist radio show. And if you want, I'll verify it in any way you want it. But Ghost, like I said, thank you very much, sir. And I'm going to get into that oil tomorrow. I'm going to wake up my ass tomorrow, go see Charles Schwab, my friend Lewis out there, and I'm going to go ahead and get some of those. So
and watch your equities. The equities are going to sell off tomorrow, man. You're going to lose some value tomorrow because these guys are going to be scared. There's a lot of destabilization. I mean, in Libya, the regime there is threatening to burn the oil fields if the people happen to take control of the country. So that's going to provide scarcity. You have Iranian Navy going into the Suez Canal in Egypt and the Egyptian military allowing them to do it. There's a lot of things that are going to jeopardize oil. So, I mean, this is a definite play for the short term, at least for the next month or two.
All right, Ghost. I believe you in that. So I'm going to go ahead and dip my fingers into that. But have a good show, Ghost. And I'm over here on the West Coast listening to you. And I just want to say thank you for all your good words and encouragement, man.
No problem, man. Thank you for calling up, Goofy Bone, and I hope everything goes good for you. All you have to do to know Goofy Bone is Google Goofy Bone, and he's a rapper. He's trying to stack his paper, and everybody should look into who the hell Goofy Bone is and give him some props. He's an avid listener of the True Capitalist radio program, and I appreciate that. Here, let me open up one more beer here. We got 15 minutes left in the program. We got 15 minutes left in the program here. I want to hear from you what the hell you have to say. 646-652-4869. It's been a little bit of a kickback session of the True Capitalist radio program. The markets were closed today because it's President's Day. And, we did celebrate, today by basically just having a free format edition of the True Capitalist radio program. Anyway, cheers to everybody out there. Cheers. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, please spread the word about the True Capitalist radio show, folks. All right? Spread it around like wildfire. And, if you don't have that many people following you on your Twitter, you don't have that many people following you on your social networking, why don't you email the program to some of this mainstream media assholes? Why don't you email some of these people and say, hey, Sirius Radio, while you're sitting there inflating the prostate-infected old windbag ass of Howard Stern, maybe, just maybe, you should consider putting on True Capitalist Radio on your network so you can actually have some content that people would actually want to subscribe to instead of sitting there listening to some 60-year-old big-nosed windbag talking garbage that, oh, yeah, look at me, I got this porn star in the studio, and we're going to throw salami at her ass, and, oh, yeah, look at she's a porn star over here, and you shut up! All right, just shut your mouth. That's why I'm saying, folks, just email people, go out there and spread the word. Believe it or not, what you can do can affect the True Capitalist radio program. I mean, wouldn't it be exciting, folks, that the True Capitalist radio program just spread around so much that I had to come out and expose my face to the world? I mean, wouldn't that be kind of exciting? You're like, man, who the hell is this guy? I want to know what he is. I want to know. I want to see him for myself. God damn it. Well, why don't you go out there and spread the word? Tell everybody that you know. Email the mainstream media. Put YouTube videos. I'm paying people. I'm paying the best viral YouTube video out there. And it doesn't matter if you get mainstream media, the American media, UK media, Scotland media. I don't care where it is, all right? I'm giving $200 to anybody that can make a badass viral video. And if there are more than 15 videos dated beyond February 18th, I will increase it to $500. That's right, I'll increase it for $500. So right now, I have seen one or two videos post-dated. There's one that, basically took the call that we made to Madison, Wisconsin. They made a video about it. I thought that was rather convenient. It's getting a couple of hits. But I want to see more. Like I said, if there's more than 15 videos out there post-dated after February 18th, it's up to $500. $500, and I'm not BSing. I'm not bullshitting. This is real. If you're a viral video maker, if you know how to kick some ass when it comes to making a creative viral video, just as long as it promotes the True Capitalist radio program and it promotes more listeners, I'm putting my money where my mouth is, man. That's what it's about. I mean, Ghost ain't no BS here. Anyway, let's take a couple more callers before we start closing out the show. Saniro, are you there? I'm glad you play the national anthem, even though it's not the home of the brave anymore. It's now the home of the moochers. That's what it is. It's home of the moochers. Home of the moochers. Baby, give me my money, 'cause you're not understanding, baby. My kids. You people don't understand, baby. My kids, baby. Oh, what? I'm an unpatriotic asshole because I am stating the obvious, that America is no longer the land of the brave, it's the land of the moochers. I mean, look at these mooching pieces of crap. I mean, look at the teachers in Wisconsin, for Christ's sake. They're pissing and moaning because they can't have their pensions, that they're used to having. Their pay increases for seniority pay each year. They ain't going to have these things anymore. They have to be accountable for how they teach, and they don't want to do that. They don't want to be held accountable. No bureaucrat wants to be held accountable for their own competency. I mean, what the hell's that about? They just want to get paid, baby. They just want to get paid, and that's all there is to it. So it makes me sick. Excuse me, Jesus Christ. I didn't mean that was just uncalled for. Excuse me. Good Lord, I'm chugging beer here, folks. You gotta forgive me. Things are getting a little hairy here. I tell you what, folks. I will call Wisconsin tomorrow. We didn't get that many people in here. It's probably because it's President's Day. It's a freaking Monday, too. I hate Mondays. I also hate Tuesdays, too. What did George Carlin say? Instead of making a place called TGI Friday, they should make a place like some rundown bar called, oh, shit, it's only Tuesday. And I guarantee you'd have a lot more people drinking if they thought every goddamn day was Tuesday, because let me tell you, that's a bad day. That's a bad damn day. You're like, jeez, man, it's only Tuesday? It's only Tuesday? Unless you have the Tuesday off, well then, maybe that's not the case, but who cares, Let me take a chug here. Yeah. Anyway, we got 8 minutes left in the program, folks. Once again, I am serious as a heart attack when it comes to these viral videos. I'm paying cash money, and I will send it to you to wherever the hell you're at. I don't care where you are in the world. I will send you cash money and FedEx that crap or UPS that crap to you, and make sure that you sign for it so that you get it and everything's all good. Because I want to see, all right? I want to see viral vids, man. We got to spread the word about True Capitalist Radio. I mean, I want to use so much bandwidth from the Blog Talk Radio Network that I want them to be like, oh my God, I don't know if we're going to be able to continue. I don't know if we're going to be able to just crash the damn server. I want so many people here. You understand that? I want to see gang loads of people here. You milky liquid pieces of crap. And let me tell you something, tomorrow, if these stupid teachers once again are protested and don't have school because they want to be, Mr. and Mrs. Strikers, I will call down to Madison, Wisconsin once again. I will call down there and I will make sure that these assholes that are out here doing all this nonsense and keeping our children home from school, I'm going to make sure that they hear the wrath of Ghost. Do you understand? And I'm going to make sure that they hear that. I'm going to make sure of it, God damn it. If you don't believe me, you sit here and come back tomorrow, all right? Same place, same time, 4 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And on top of which, folks, I am about to change the video, okay? I'm going to change the video of the week right now on blogtalkradio.com/ghost. So if you actually want to see the new video, if for all those that haven't seen the old one, it's pretty funny. I know that I got some heat for it from some people who emailed me up calling me some bastard because, well, you know, I put a video of some broad getting her face slapped after she attempted to slap a cop. And people thought, oh, that sucks. I can't believe you're doing that. How can you do it? Well, go to blogtalkradio.com/ghost. Here, after the show is finished, give me about 5 minutes. I'm going to repost a new video. It's going to be just as funny. It's going to be just as hilarious. It's going to be the video of the week. And I hope that you laugh. I hope you appreciate it, you know? I hope that you appreciate it. And on top of which, folks, please, bookmark the blog. I mean, if you're somebody who appreciates the True Capitalist radio show, you'll love the True Capitalist blog. I mean, it'll give you more information than the freaking New York Times, straight up. All right? ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. All right? That's ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. All right? Take a look at the blogs out there. I want to hear some comments from you. All right? I want to hear some comments. I mean, don't be afraid to comment, you milky-licking pieces of nipple-clamp-loving, butt-plug-up-the-ass-looking, chicken-eating, corn-boy crap. All right? Don't be afraid to comment. Ghostpolitics.blogspot.com, folks. And, of course, I like reading emails, and I want to read some more emails over the airwaves. So don't be afraid to email me either there, you milky-lickers. All right? Don't be afraid to email me either. All right? Ghostpolitics@yahoo.com. All right? Ghostpolitics@yahoo.com, you dick snot. Anyway, folks, we got 4 minutes left in the program. I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. Tomorrow, we're going to see how this Middle Eastern situation is affecting the equities markets, which I anticipate will affect it negatively. And we will definitely see a spike in crude oil, and we will see a spike in gold and possibly silver and copper. So everybody stay tuned for that. I will be here, same place, same time, 4 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, blogtalkradio.com/ghost, and spread the damn thing around like wildfire, for Christ's sake. Don't be a chicken-eating corn boy and don't do anything. You're just sitting there saying, yeah, I'm just going to sit here and listen, and that's all I'm going to do. Why don't you spread the word? I mean, we have these little options where you can thumbs up it on that stupid little Facebook, that Mark Zuckerberg, monopolistic crap. Why don't you thumbs up it if you like it, huh? Why don't you retweet it? Why don't you go on your goddamn social networking sites? We got all those little buttons there. Why don't you go do something with that? We got a little audio widget. That you can post on your website. You can post on your blog. You can post on your goddamn little MySpace and Facebook. It'll provide free content for you, for the asshole visitors that will visit your little website, your little social networking site, all that crap. So post it, cut and paste the widget and post it on your website, for Christ's sake. You piece of nipple clamp loving, butt plug up the ass looking, ass tickling, thinking everything's good in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood piece of milky licking crap. All right? That's all there is to it. Anyway, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. Tomorrow, same place, same time, True Capitalist Radio is in the house. Ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. I am out of here. I hope to see you here. Don't be a milky licker and not show up. You better be here. If not, I'm going to give you a goddamn digital backhand. I'm going to give you a damn digital backhand, you piece of crap. Or I'm going to send the pedo hunters after your ass. I want to see you here, same place, same time. You better tell your mammy, your daddy, your aunts, your uncles, your friends. Tell everybody you know. And if I don't see you here, you're getting a slap. I'm out of here. Long live the capitalist idea and long live the capitalist movement. I'm out of here. Let's get out of here. I'm out of here.
You've been listening to True Capitalist Radio. The thoughts, views, ideas, comments, and opinions of the host of this show are absolutely his. Catch more live episodes Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30 Central, or check out archive shows at blogtalkradio.com. True Capitalist Radio.
That's it.
Boar's Head is bringing a slice of Japan to the deli. Introducing Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. Tender, slow-roasted chicken breast, coated in our signature teriyaki glaze, where ginger, garlic, and a hint of brown sugar meet for a flavor that's both sweet and savory. New Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. The bold flavor of Japan. Now at the deli. Only from Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.